Yeah, sorry about that. I have to. I haven't streamed in a week, so I forgot what to do. I forgot to unmute. I thought when I change this scene that'll do it, but I forgot. I haven't done it in a week, so I forgot. Anyway, I was saying that I didn't stream last night because I we didn't get much sleep. We had to wake up at 2:30 in the morning because our flight was at 6:15 a.m. Thanks for the raid, Bortnik. You're the best. 1,095. Bortnik chess is better than I thought. Also, Bortnik's pretty good at chess, unlike me. But I used to be good at chess before you were born. Probably before Bortnik was born. Yay. Thanks for the huge raid. We're going to be on Chess TV in about an hour, so I'll have some more viewers. But that was nice. 10 times our normal viewers. Thanks, Grunjwart. Anyway, I couldn't get to sleep. I think about all my blunders. So then, well, somehow I just got a lot more viewers. That was weird. I'm on Chess TV now. I don't know. Probably should check when I'm on. Let me see. I haven't streamed in such a long time. I sort of forgot how to stream. Today's my mom's birthday, so I sent her some gifts and called her a couple times, so forth. Ben Feingold, 12:30 a.m. to 3 a.m. What? All right, let's get the right time zone. So I can. This still makes no sense no matter what the time zone is. Okay, that's the right time zone. I'm on 8:30 to 11. Okay, that's better than 9 to 11. All right. Yay. Thanks, Hamish W27 for the sub. Well, I've been in Foxwoods, obviously. And frankly, I looked miserable at Woods. No, I look good. Also, it's Foxwoods. Maybe you were in the wrong place. Yeah, no, I was good in Foxwoods. Atlanta Hawks are playing right now. Yeah, I was watching the Hawks right before the stream. I didn't see the first game, luckily. So yeah, I didn't have a good tournament in Foxwoods. I haven't had a good tournament in a long time. But yeah, I miss stuff, but it seems like I get confused when I'm playing. And I only lost one game out of 8. That's probably about normal for when I was a good player. But I'm drawing people who are 300, 400, 500 points lower than me, which is not normal. 2 of my draws were relatively short. One I just didn't feel like playing. I wasn't in the mood to play. It's hard to play 2 games a day if they're both 4 or 5 hours. For me, used to be I didn't care, literally. Now I figuratively care. Yeah. I gained a lot of rating points if it's like opposite day. No, this is the first time in 32 years that I've been under 2,500 USCF. So I'm trying to get to 2,850 on chess.com, but I'm trying to get back to 2,500 USCF. So not easy. So I'm about 180 points below my peak USCF, which was about 15 years ago, at least, or at most. So yeah, I had a bad tournament. I played well in maybe half my games, and the other half I did not. As with a lot of tournaments like this, like World Open, you play a lot of kids who are 100, 200, 300 points underrated, and then you lose rating points because you're playing the people with the wrong rating, which was an example in the first game. I took a bye in round 1 because we flew it on Wednesday, and we got there after the round started, which we already knew. Karen's didn't start till Thursday night, so I didn't want to have her there like 48 hours before her game. So I didn't play round 1. I had a half-point bye. My first game was round 2, so I ended up playing 8 games instead of 9. Karen played 7, but her last opponent didn't show up, which the directors knew he wasn't showing up, but they paired him anyway. So, yeah. D-Rush98 subscribed. He was in no rush to subscribe. Yeah. Well, I was paired down every round. I was paired way down every round. My opponents were between 1,900 and 2,300 feet, I think all of them. Their USCFs were higher, but still not anywhere near mine. And the reason I was paired down is I'd half point buy in round 1. I drew somebody who was way underrated in round 2. Then in round 3, I was winning for like 20 moves, and then I made a 1-move blunder, losing immediately. Although, I think if I was in good form and I was younger, the 1-move blunder I made that lost, I would have played on for a long time and found the right continuation and just been lost. Instead, I made another blunder, which the game just ended, on top of my first blunder. You could argue it's not a blunder because I'm losing, but I could have played the rook down ending and had some chances instead of the queen down ending where I had no chances. I lost to somebody who's not very good. And then I was just drawing and winning, but my draws were, I was pressing and it was depressing. Yeah. Anyway, we'll look at the games this stream and we'll do some talking to kill time because it's a 4-hour stream. So let's go, Hype Train. We need 2 subs or 3 subs. Otherwise, we're going to die at level 2. Boo, boo. Come on, there's 900 of you. 9. Won some money playing poker, so that was good. I played 2 poker sessions. First one I lost 300, although most of it was to Karen. And the second session I won maybe 400, maybe more. Thanks, Farty Party. Thanks, Mepex. $4.99. Thanks, Lucas. We're getting close. We need one more thing to happen in the next 10 seconds. All right, it happened. Pick one, I should say. I think I did a cameo for you. Thanks, Pick One. 100 centages. Thanks, Farty Party. Yeah. Hype Train success. It said 100%. That wasn't good enough? That didn't go to level 3? All right. It said 100%, but then it died anyway. I guess you have to give more than 100%. Otherwise, the train dies. Yeah, that's right, Mepex. Thanks, Gargoyle. If you play Magnus in a classical game, how many beers do you estimate he has to drink? Ever the odds. Oh, even the odds. No, I don't think drinking alcohol would make you play worse. So I don't think we could even the odds. Obviously, if he passed out and his time ran out, then I would be the favorite. But if he was awake, that wouldn't be good. Yeah. I asked a musician I knew once who was world class. I said, if you are like totally intoxicated, are you still playing better than like somebody who's a music student in college? And they went, oh yeah. So they said it doesn't matter how bad they would play intoxicated, they'd still be better. And chess is the same. No matter how intoxicated somebody is, if they're still awake, then that doesn't matter. In fact, a lot of grandmasters are intoxicated while they're playing. Hey, it's Karen. Yeah, that's too bad we got to 100% and it died. That sounds like me. Wait, now what's happening? Yeah, that's because you tried to call her way after I told you to call her. That was somebody else. Couldn't see your results in Foxwoods. All the games were shown live on the internet. And all the results were there every day, updated all the time. Yeah. Yeah, or you could just call when you want. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I gotta turn my phone's ringer off. Noisy. I play better when I don't play. When was this event? What do you guys do all day? Come on, you gotta follow my career more. Yeah, tournament was Wednesday through Sunday. And flew back Monday morning. We got back right before the mandate was lifted. Now, I have to say, obviously, the people who run airlines are really dumb and, evil. They're Republicans, so they got a little of both. And you don't sell a ticket to somebody and say you have to wear a mask, and then during the flight say you don't. That's not how life works. So there's definitely going to be lawsuits, and the airline's going to lose. So, I mean, you have a contract saying everybody has to wear a mask and you have to agree to it. And then you can't, during the flight, say you don't have to. People on the flight, some of them want everybody to wear a mask because they're immunocompromised, or they can't get vaccinated because they're under 5. You can't just, during the flight, you have to give some notice, like I would say a week, but I'm not a lawyer, but you not during the flight when everybody's agreed to wear a mask, and you just take them off. That's not how you run a business. So all those airlines are going to get sued and lose, and rightfully so, because that's idiotic. We were on when you still had to wear a mask. Nobody wants to wear a mask, but it's for safety. But the point is, it doesn't matter whether you like masks or not, or whether you wear them or not, or whether you understand anything, because I don't expect you guys to understand anything. The key point is everybody was required to wear a mask when they bought the ticket. That's part of the contract. You can't just during it say, okay, you don't have to wear one. A person can't say, I don't want to wear one. That doesn't work like that. You've already agreed to wear it, and they've agreed that you have to wear it. They can't just say you don't have to, because there are people on the flight who want everybody to wear a mask because they have some kind of problem. Or even they have no problem, they just think it's safer. And they wouldn't have flown otherwise, and they were told everybody has to wear a mask. You could argue how much notice should be given, a day, a week, a month, but not during the flight. Everybody takes your mask off and everybody says hooray. It just shows how stupid the world is. So it doesn't really matter what your opinion is of these issues. How come the chess.com? Okay, because it's move 0, that's why. Man, chess.com is so bad. You'd think with all the money they have, they could have good software. But no, they refuse. They spend all their money on Nakamura, I guess. Let's see. Yeah, the under 5-year-old parents really care because they don't want their kids dying. Yeah. Also, not only can you get infected, but then you infect everybody else. It's a public health disaster. So it's one of the most idiotic things the airlines have ever done. And that's saying something. During the flight, they say, okay, we're changing the policy. That's just so dumb. And so forth. And so forth. Break the rules. That's correct. Yeah. Yeah, at Foxwoods, you didn't have to wear a mask, which was advertised. They change the advertising every week. You have to do this. You have to do that. You don't have to. Like every week it changes. But for like 2 or 3 weeks before Foxwoods, you didn't have to wear a mask or anything. And it said that's just the honor system. Now, here's what happened at the high school. At the National High School, they said you had to wear a mask. And then the city government or the local authorities in Nashville said you don't. And USCF said, well, we advertise you have to wear a mask, so you have to. We can't have people enter our tournament and then 4 weeks later say, okay, never mind. So even though the USCF literally didn't care, they made people wear masks in Memphis, and that made people furious. They're like, why are you making us wear a mask if we don't have to? It's not like a law or a rule of the hotel. And they're just like, well, we advertise it that way, so we're not going to have people enter the tournament thinking they have to wear a mask, and then they don't, because some people don't want to play at that point. So they just kept with their advertising. Seems like from now on, unless it changes, CCA tournaments, the big ones run by Goichberg, like Foxwoods, World Open, Chicago Open, and many other events, many people are saying, will not require masks or vaccination. Technically, they require it, but it's the honor system. So if you enter the tournament, you're agreeing, A, I've been vaccinated, or if I haven't, I will wear a mask. So if you haven't been vaccinated and don't wear a mask and say you did, that's good enough for them. So basically there's no rules. It's a free-for-all. And that's the first tournament I've played in where, masks weren't required at a big CCA tournament. Because they were required at the National High School. Everybody had to have a mask everywhere. Like, if you were thinking of going to the tournament, but you didn't actually go, you had to wear a mask. That's how stringent they were. But in Foxwoods, nobody had to wear a mask ever. And the employees at the poker room obviously had to wear a mask because they all were. And then Karen couldn't hear them. They would be like, post your blind, and then you couldn't hear them. And then one woman who was a dealer, her mask was just down here. So then when she would say something, you could hear her. But she was wearing her mask here. So she wore the mask, just not, truth hurts. Yay, 11 years subscribed. Where were you 10 minutes ago? I did not watch game 1 of the Hawks series, which is lucky. I think I watched a little of it, but I didn't watch the whole thing. And then game 2, I watched most of the first quarter before I came here to stream. Well, problem is for the Hawks is, they don't play defense, but they haven't played defense all season. So that's not a problem. Problem with the Hawks is they need Clint Capella. They're not going to win a series without Clint Capella. I mean, Capella is getting 15 rebounds a game and 14 points a game. I mean, you can't, and he's defending all the guys that are 6'10 and over. You can't just not have Clint Capella. Clint Capella defends all the tall guys. He gets all the rebounds, and he scores a little bit. You can't just not have him. I mean, somebody has to get rebounds. It ain't going to be Trae Young. So if Clint Capella doesn't play the whole series, even though the Hawks are underdogs with him, they have no chance without him. And John Collins, who's playing again, he hasn't played in months. I mean, he can't play anymore. He has to play himself into playing shape. It's like Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons probably won't play in the series, but if he does, he's going to suck. Number one, Ben Simmons sucks, first of all. Number two, he hasn't played in a year. So you can't just play in the playoffs and you're good. I mean, it wouldn't matter if he played all year because he's not a good player. But the fact that he hasn't played means he's even worse. So he'll be a liability if he plays. So hopefully they don't put him in. They have to put him in the preseason and let him stink, and then, regular season. Not that it matters. Everybody hates the Brooklyn Nets. The only question is who's hated more, the Nets or the Lakers? And nobody knows. I've asked thousands of people, and nobody's ever answered. Nobody ever said, oh, obviously I hate the Nets more, or I hate the Lakers more. They're just like, I was having a good day until you talked to me. I don't know what I mean, that wasn't my fault. I just asked a simple question. Yeah, Kobe. Yeah, no, obviously the Lakers are hated more, but it's close. I mean, you should hate the Nets. Yeah. You should also hate, what's his name? Who's the guy nobody hates, but everybody should hate him? Plays for Philly, played for the Nets. I'm just kidding. A lot of people hate him. The beard, James Harden. Yeah. Yeah, Harden, I mean, I like Philly except for Harden. Now, Harden's on Philly. Now I hate Philly. I can't go back to liking Philly because when Harden leaves, probably next season, because he stays about his season with each team, I'm still going to hate them because they had Harden. I'll be like, Harden. That's why I hate Brooklyn. Harden's not on Brooklyn, but I still hate them because they had Harden. Any team that puts Harden on their team, I hate them. He's easy to hate. Hate. Yeah, Embiid's okay. Yeah. Now, obviously, everybody hates Kyrie Irving. He's, I mean, how do you have a team with so many prima donnas who don't want to play as a team together? How do you do that? The answer is fries. It's like the millionaires and billionaires feel like they're entitled. You hate milk? Yeah, milk's bad for you. You shouldn't drink milk, and you're stealing it from the calf and her mom. Milk is just something that's stolen from an animal and given to you. You should drink nut milk, okay? And that wasn't a joke, but it sounded like one. You should drink milk that doesn't come from an animal. That milk is fine. You're not being evil like you normally are. You'll be a little less evil. But drinking milk is one of the most evil things you can do, except everything else you do is more evil. Now, this is funny. When I was at Foxwoods and more at the high school, I signed a lot of autographs and I signed people's boards and selfies and, like that. I'm like, hey, take a selfie with me. And the kid's running away screaming and I'm chasing them. And I tackled this kid and made him take a selfie with me. Anyway, and he's like, who are you? No. So I took a lot of selfies, and what I noticed was, and Karen can back me up. She'll be here later. She's a bingo with, music bingo with Archer. What I noticed was a lot of kids and families liked my stream. They were like, my daughter loves your stream. Like, your daughter's 4. What? And our whole family sits in front and watches your stream. We're in the living room. We put your stream on the TV. There's 6 of us, and we're watching your stream with kids. And I'm like, damn, I got to watch what I'm saying. Yeah. And no, milk doesn't make you strong and healthy. Milk is bad for you. Yeah. Incorrect, Yabba Dabba, as with everything else. And it's evil to drink milk. You're just stealing it from the cow. And you're killing the cow, and you're stealing it from their calf. And the calf dies also. So it's one of the most evil things you can do, and it's really bad for you. Milk is not something you're supposed to drink. You're supposed to drink mother's milk from your mom, not from a cow's mom. Terrible. And I hope you're ashamed. See, thinking about stuff will make you realize how terrible you are. Not you, well, you, but everybody else, but you in particular also. And if you think about stuff and realize how terrible everything you do is, maybe you'll stop doing it, but you don't want to stop doing it. You're like, I love the way bacon tastes because I'm an idiot. So I don't like the way good things taste. I like the way bad things taste. So I just won't even think about it. La, 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 la. And then when I'm like, but, you're like, la, la, la. And I'm like, all right, never mind. So basically, you're all terrible people. And who else is terrible are horses. Horses are terrible people. Man, I think one of them is actually responsible. Well, okay, we won't talk about that. But all right. Chat terrible, etc. That's right. I did see the game winner, on replay that Tatum had the swinging layup by, doing this. He was the rotating GM. Yeah, that was pretty good. Yeah, but you have to, rooting against Lakers now doesn't matter because they're out in the playoffs. So I'm sort of sad. I can't root against them. But I still have the Nets to root against. Yes. And also I root against Philly because they have Harden. So I still have teams to root against. Obviously, I'm rooting for the Hawks, but I'm always rooting for the Hawks. But I need somebody to root against. I'm not rooting against Miami. I'm just, they're playing the Hawks. I want the Hawks to win. But I am rooting against Philly. And I like Philly except for Harden. But that's it, Harden. And the Nets I don't really hate that much. Obviously, nobody likes Kyrie. Nobody likes Harden. Durant is like, where's the money? Ha-ha, there it is. I'm playing for that team. So, how can you like that team? Terrible. Anyway, everybody's terrible. Also, I heard rumor today that Tom Brady will likely not play for the Bucks after this year. He's going to change teams again. So I guess that's important. Yeah. And so forth. Yeah, incorrect Schmloglin, whatever your name is. If I didn't have my cows, they wouldn't exist at all. Is that English? All right, you guys aren't really good at arguing about stuff. You're just good at making nonsense. Wait, is that Kenny Rogers Roasters? Stonkfish subscribed. I only drink oat milk. I'm not a fan of oat milk. I've had oat milk more than one place. I like almond milk better. I don't like the way oat milk tastes. But at least it's less evil. But it's not evil enough for me. Almond milk, that seems a little more evil. Yeah. Yay, Blue Note feels better. Yeah, almost milk. Yeah. Obviously, honey is unethical. Unless Karen calls me honey. Yeah. Evil is advertised. Yay. Yeah. Veal is the most evil cow product. I don't know why one would be more evil than the other, but okay. Yeah. C. Benson subscribed. Hooray. We only take excess milk from milking the cows. Yeah, but if you ever type something in the chat that's correct, let me know. God damn, everything you write is terrible. Now, you can have rat milk if you go to Springfield Elementary. Okay, but that's, you got to watch it because the mafia's in charge of that. Yeah, I actually wanted to go to a Hawks game. Karen's against it. She'd go with me anyway, but I didn't want to force her to go. Tickets were too expensive and they weren't good. I either want good expensive seats or bad inexpensive seats. And all I could find were bad expensive seats. That's all I could find. Like $100 a ticket, the seats were terrible. If I want good seats, they're like $600 a ticket. I'm not paying $600 a ticket. If I'm paying $100 a ticket, I want good seats. And I wanted to pay like $50 for bad tickets, and I couldn't do it. I mean, bad ticket, I could just sit at home and watch on my TV. My TV has higher definition than the real life. So why would I go and actually watch? Yeah. Yeah, vegetarian is good for the climate. That's true. Yeah. Do I like Trey or Luka more objectively? I think the best player is Jokic, Nikola Jokic. But clearly, I think Trey's top 5 player in the NBA. He might be second after Jokic, maybe. He doesn't get any accolades because, well, last year they made it to the Eastern Conference Finals, so he should get accolades. But yeah, I mean, he led the league in points and assists. He's the only reason the Hawks are over 500. Sometimes he scores 40 and doesn't play the fourth quarter. He makes other players better on the team. He's not really good defensively, so probably Luka's a better defensive player. I would say he's a worse than average defensive player. So he's not a two-way player. So that's one of the negatives. But offensively, he's maybe like the second best player. But Jokic has everything. Jokic does everything right on both sides of the court. Except his team always loses. But, what are you going to do? Anyway, go whoever I'm rooting for. Or whomever. Yeah, the Raptors have like 2 of their players injured. Yeah, Embiid's pretty big. I'll give him that. He's big. He's tall and big. He's like Shaq, but not as good. Yeah, he's like a bad version of Shaq when Shaq was at his best. He's not as big as Shaq. He's not as tall as Shaq was. And he doesn't play as well. But he's like a little Shaq. He's like a couple inches shorter, 30 pounds less, and maybe slightly less effective. But that's pretty good because Shaq was dominant. God damn. You guys don't know because you're too young. But when Shaq was young, he was actually good. And if you saw Shaq play in his 30s, it's like watching me play chess now. Terrible. But when Shaq was between 20 and 26, yeah, Shaq was good. Yeah, so he's like a worse version of Shaq, which is pretty high praise because Shaq dominated the game. God damn. Yeah, here's why he's not as good as Shaq. Shaq would offensively follow you to the ground. He would elbow you in the head. He would push you down physically with his arms. He would run over you and you would fall down. Then he would dunk. And about 80% of the time, they would call a foul on the defense. Okay? And Embiid doesn't do that. Embiid's like, oh, he hit me. Wah, my arm hurts. And then they call a foul on the other guy, then Embiid makes free throws. Embiid's a much better free throw shooter than Shaq was. Man, Embiid wouldn't be too good if he shot free throws like Shaq. It's a good thing he doesn't. Because he's shooting, 10, 15 free throws a game. If Shaq was doing that, that's only like 6 points. So, but yeah, I mean, basically, he's like Shaq without the strength. He's the same size, but he gets bullied, and then they call a foul on the other team. He's like, oh, I got hit. Wah. Yeah, he looks really bad when he gets hit, and he like falls to the ground. That Shaq never did that. Shaq knocked you to the ground, then you got called for the foul. If you didn't like it, too bad. That's how the NBA was back then. All right. Mama Jarov, and also there's Irina Shaq. Let's not forget her. The worst Shaq of them all. Like, Shaquille O'Neal's the best, then Mama Jarov, then Irina Shaq. She's a distant third. Now, isn't Irina Shaq married to somebody famous? Oh, I know what she did. She dated a lot of people who were more famous than her. I thought she married somebody famous too. Half of you haven't heard of Irina Shayk, so you guys are all banned. If you haven't heard of Irina Shayk, ban yourself. And then go look her up and be like, damn, I deserve to be banned. Have I met an NBA player in real life? I don't think so. Shake Shack, boo, boo. She dated Ronaldo? Yeah, Ronaldo's pretty famous. Occurring has 2 R's, not 1. You're spelling Irina wrong and Shaq wrong. How could you spell Irina Shayk and misspell Irina and Shaq? How did you do it? Thanks, Linder. Hooray. She dated Ronaldo and Bradley Cooper? Yeah. By the way, if you think Shaq was a bad free throw shooter, if you think so, you're right. Look up Ben Wallace. I'll wait. He played for the Pistons. He either had the afro or he didn't. With the afro, he played better. So you should always have the afro because he played better with the afro. A lot of you haven't heard of Irina Shayk. That's pretty terrible. I mean, the people she's dated are more famous than anybody you guys know. Yeah, Ben Wallace, and then we had Rasheed Wallace. We had the 2 Wallaces. You never heard of Irina Shayk? Really? God damn. That's crazy. Yeah, Ben Wallace was great. He'd get 1,000 rebounds a game, block shots, push guys to the ground. Perfect. Hi, Chess TV people. We're talking about Irina Shayk and how you guys haven't heard of her. Terrible. I guess she hasn't been famous in 15 years, but still. Her name's Shaq, so we lump her in with Mama Jarov and Shaquille O'Neal. Yeah, I started school when I was 4. So school started September 2nd. My birthday was September 6th. And they said he can't start school when he's 4. And my mom said he's not staying home another year. You could imagine me when I was 4, right? You see what I'm saying? So I started school when I was 4 and I turned 5 a few days later. And then when I was in 1st grade for about a month, they said put him in 2nd grade. So I skipped 1st grade, but not really. I was actually in 1st grade for a month. Then I went to 2nd grade, missing the 1st month of 2nd grade, if you see what I'm saying. So technically I skipped a year and I started a year early, and my birthday's in September, so I graduated high school at 16. Right. Right. They tried to make me start school a year later. My mom said no. And they said it's against the law. You can't start when you're 4. And my mom said, too bad, he's starting now. And they said, okay. That's actually what happened. And my mom's birthday's today, so I can prove it. I'm not sure how those are related, but it is her birthday. My mom's 78 today. Yeah, Ben Wallace, not a good free throw shooter. Also, I don't have stats in front of me, but I know that Wilt Chamberlain was not a good free throw shooter. Wilt Chamberlain didn't like when you fouled him, so he had to go to the free throw line. He didn't like that. I don't think he's as bad as Ben Wallace. I don't think anybody's as bad as Ben Wallace. Man, Ben Wallace threw that ball up. Thanks, Paulo Grupp, for the sub. Yay, go my mom. Yeah. Yeah, he was bad, Wilt Chamberlain at free throws. Thanks, Better Tanyu. Better. Hey, speaking of Tanyu, Tani got an IM norm in New York in one of the norm tournaments yesterday. He got 7 out of 9. Like, he must be a big fan of Jerry Ryan because Tani knows who Jerry Ryan is. Thanks, Linder, for the 5 subs. Hooray. You are number 1. It's true. Hi, people from Chess TV. I'm Ben. So, I'm trying to kill a lot of time because who's Tani? It's Tani. He's a 11-year-old 2300 player who was homeless from Africa, and then he was in New York, and then he's good at chess. I think he's 11 now. And we play sometimes on chess.com, and we're about even. Yeah, people wanted Levy to get a GM norm, but he wasn't in a GM norm tournament. He was in an IM norm tournament. Also, he did not get the IM norm. He'll be 12 in September. Hey, I'm in September. I was 12 in September once in 1981. Yeah. Yeah, I'm surprised Levy played in a tournament where he couldn't get a GM norm. Like, he's playing just to play chess. There's no... I guess he could gain rating points, and if his rating gets over 2,500 and he gets GM norms, I guess that was straight face. But, if he plays FIDE-rated tournaments and his rating goes up, sorry, then, he needs the rating to go higher too. So, yeah. I guess that's important. Hikaru pulled up your FIDE stats to prove a good point. That I'm old and bad? That is a good point. Yeah. Well, the streams are 4 hours now, so I have to kill a lot of time with filler. So my filler is pretty good. My filler is better than most people's streams. So, like my C material is better than people's A material. Levy gave up on GM, and rightfully so. Man, the truth hurts. Hikaru, not good at proofs. Yeah, proofs isn't when you look at one person and then look at their rating. My rating didn't flatline, though. I was 2490 FIDE when I was 20. And then I got to like 2563 in my 30s. So my rating changed a lot as far as up and down, but it went up a little bit. And then normally your FIDE rating, if you are going to flatline, it would be in your early 30s or late 20s, like the super GMs. But my rating was at my peak at like 35. And also there's USCF ratings, and there's internet ratings, and there's ratings in the sky, and in your dreams. There's all kinds of ratings. Did you ever talk about Sathi Varshani? Did I ever talk about somebody I've never heard of? No. Yay, 1,900 viewers. How would you rate my rating? I'm overrated. What happened to Wei Yi? That's a good question. Wei Yi has a similar story, similar to Etienne Bacro. Except you've never heard of Etienne Bacro and you've heard of Wei Yi. That's the difference. Etienne Bacro was a GM when he was very young. I'm going to say 13, but I'm guessing. And he's from France. So that's already ridiculous. A French 13-year-old GM? Sacré bleu. Now, it could be I'm wrong about 13, but I don't think I am. I think he was 13. Then he was 2,700 very young, 19, 20, 21 years old. And he got to like 2730, 2740, ish. And then that was it. It's very similar to Wei Yi. Wei Yi, Grandmaster around 13, 2730, 2740, and then that's it. Like Wei Yi and Bacro should have been top 10 in the world, but no. They had the same as the other people who became top 10, but they stopped. Like 2740, that's it. We need Nakamura here to show a graph of how he got to 2740 and then he just went down. Another funny example that's almost related, which is not, is Kresenkov. Michael Kresenkov, he's Polish and Russian. And he was 2,700 FIDE. And then he got beat by everybody. Then he lost all his games. He went from 2,700 to 2,600 in like 2 years. 2,700 FIDE. Now he's like 2,580 FIDE. And it wasn't because he was old. He just, that was it. He was overrated maybe? I don't know. But yeah, he lost 100 rating points when he was in his 20s. He failed. But yeah, Bacro and Wei Yi looked like young geniuses, 2,700 FIDE, pretty young, top 10 in the world eventually, and just nope. I don't know. Joe Bava went from 2,725 FIDE to 2,580 FIDE in like his late 20s, early 30s. Now, Joe Bava, his off-the-board behavior may explain some of that. But I don't think Bacro and Wei Yi had those issues. They didn't have off-the-board issues like Joe Bava does. Yeah. No, they play, but their rating never got higher. Spencer was never 2,700 FIDE unless he wasn't. Nobody told me. Thanks for the 1 cent, Big Daddy. Now I know it's you. 14 years old from India? Come on, 14-year-old in India, that's like you're retiring. If you're in India, I want to know who you are between 10 and 12 years old. What does Joe Bava do off the board? Well, not stuff that he probably shouldn't do. Truth hurts. What am I, Joe Bava's PR guy? Yay, pawn breaks. 2,000 viewers. What else? I want to thank my sponsor, NordVPN. And in fact, I'm going to do a thing now because I didn't stream for a week, so they're probably going to cancel my sponsorship. Nord ad. I know I would cancel it. All right, NordVPN, the VPN for you. Without NordVPN, your rating will go down. But I guarantee it'll go up. If you use it, I can guarantee anything you want. Super fast servers over 5,259 countries. Unlock Netflix and your favorite entertainment websites. Just don't tell me what your favorite websites are. I don't want to know. 30-day money-back guarantee. The more money you give them, the more they guarantee you'll get back if you want your money back. Well, that's true. Protects data while traveling in public, like airports, coffee shops, Foxwoods, Dunkin' Donuts. Cybersecurity Suite, which adds as an ad blocker. And you guys need an ad blocker. If you don't subscribe to my stream, you better get NordVPN. No data logging. They're not going to log your data. Because, if they did, they'd be like, oh my God. And then they would have to delete it. 24/7 customer support, live chat, emails. It's not 23/7 like in Easy Money. If you saw the movie Easy Money, which you didn't, they go to a restaurant that's all night, always open, and it closes as they get there, and it says open 23 hours. True story. Up to 6 simultaneous connections. 6. Double data encryption for increased anonymity. Compatible with most operating systems, including Windows, Mac OS, Linux, iOS, and Android. Unlimited bandwidth. That's the amount of bandwidth you need. Unlimited. Automatic kill switch. NordVPN has an extension for Chrome browser, which is lightweight and user-friendly from the first click. It better be lightweight, because my back. It secures your browsing in seconds. IKE v2/IP Sec Security Protocol. They explained to me what that was, and I still don't understand. But it's important. P2P sharing allowed. That's peer-to-peer. I don't have any peers, so I don't need that for my, NordVPN was selected as the best VPN in the Best VPN Awards for 2019 by one of the most trusted experts. I'm not a trusted expert. VPN Mentor. Recommended by VPN-related sources leading tech, such as VPN Mentor, PC Mag. Use NordVPN extension for your browser, Chrome or Firefox, etc. It will only cover your browser traffic and leave gaming latency untouched. No touch. This way you can securely click links without exposing your true IP address. No more swatting. Also, you don't have to show them the money. Show them the money? Don't have to show them the money because no touch. A complicated joke. A new game being released? A new game being released a month later in your region? An awesome addition available in other countries only before you were finished. Now you change your IP and enjoy a gaming experience with no borders. NordVPN, the VPN for you. The more NordVPN you buy, the more they sponsor me. Okay, we made the markers. All right, thanks for watching the stream. Bye. Phrasing. Bye. Hey, it's NJ Crispy. NJ Crispy, after we met at Foxwoods, Karen's like, oh, which one's NJ Crispy? And I'm like, I don't know. Man, if you came right in front of me now, I wouldn't know who you were. I'm not good at remembering who people are or their names. I still don't know what your name is. I just know it's NJ Crispy. You won your game after meeting me? Wait, who are you? I'll get back to 24/7 defeating in order the 24/7 support. Yes. You're welcome. Yeah, a lot of people seem to like me at the tournaments, just not on my stream. When I'm on the stream, they're like, you suck, and everybody you know sucks, and I hate you. And then when I'm on YouTube, it's much worse than that. When I'm at the tournament, people are really nice to me. Oh, I watch your stream, and your stream's great, and I play chess because of you, and you're the greatest person ever. And I'm like, where are you guys when I'm like streaming? Yeah, I get much less hate. I always expect somebody at the tournament's going to take a swing at me. I'm ready. I'm like, somebody's going to be like, hey, you. And one kid at the high school said, you banned me from your stream. He thought it was funny. But somebody's going to say, you said this. You said there's no God. And I'm mad. My God told me to kill you. Yeah, that's what I figure is going to happen. NJ Crispy gifting 5 subs. Good. You're all banned, etc. I never realized so many kids watch my stream. Now I feel bad. Like all the stuff I've said. God damn. You blocked my Twitter. See, there you go. I try to block everybody and ban everybody on all social media, if possible. I don't even have Facebook. That way everybody's blocked on Facebook. I give you money, then you ban me. Exactly. The more money you give, the more I ban you. You walked by my game and I played F6. No. Terrible. K value of a chess player, please explain. You can compare more than once. No way. Oh, yeah. Elaine Boozler. I thought her name was Boozer. It's Boozler? Maybe it is Boozler. Followed me on Twitter. I've barely heard of her. Barely. Is Eric Rosen your prodigy? He was our web guy for a while. I think he's more of my CompuServe. Man, there's a joke nobody will get. Man, you know you're old when you get that joke. She was on SNL. All right. You're terrible. Your ears are ugly and your shirt is. No, my shirt's pretty good. No, I like my shirt. Yeah, we got to allow that. At least I don't play B6 every game. Yeah, I played 2 sessions of poker, lost the first one, won the second one. Karen played 3 sessions. Karen played more poker than I did. Yeah, Karen's last round opponent didn't show up, and actually, he was never showing up. He already withdrew, but they forgot. So then she went and played poker while I was playing my last game. An AOL joke. Very good. Karen still has AOL email. Also, Wes does. Go Wes. Let's see. AOL, CompuServe, Prodigy. There's one more, I think, that is has a silly, from 30 years ago. Prodigy, CompuServe, AOL. I think there's one more that's old and silly like that. No, not Yahoo. No, not Netscape. No, not Hotmail. No. Genie, Outlook. What? Man, Netscape. Well, AIM is AOL. It's just AIM. That's right. Juno is still around. No way. Arizona.edu? That's a school? Wow. Delphi and Genie. I won a very small amount. Commodore 64. What about the VIC-20? I had a VIC-20 and a Commodore 64. Hooray. Man, I like talking to you guys more than actually looking at my games because that'll be embarrassing. Who won the open section? It was a 2-way tie for first. Kadrich and the Zhu or Joe. Yeah, Joe's the Chinese Grandmaster, CHOU. His mother showed up to watch the last game. And I said, who is that? And they said, Joe Mama. Man, I was shocked. They got 7 out of 9. And then Ben Gladura was always winning the tournament. Then he lost in the last round to Shabalov. And then there was a guy who was in clear first. He had an Armenian name. And he lost the last round on board 1. So he tied for third with Shabalov. Yeah. Yeah, Shabalov and the Armenian guy tied for third. And then I tied for like 8th. But okay, I lost like 25 rating points USCF because everybody I played was like 2,000. Joe Mama's the best. All right, let's look at some of the games because we have 8 games to look at this stream. Yeah, Michael Song's a good player. Okay, I was white against Anat Edbury, Eduri. Maybe he's a bridge player and he plays Drury. So this is a kid, he's like 14, and he ended up probably getting an IM norm, probably. He was only like 2,000 FIDE, but performance rating was like 2,500. So, okay, I played him in round 2. Round 1, I had a half-point bye. So we played a QGD. And then when the game was over, he told me in this position, he expected me to play Queen D2 because he prepared for me. And usually I play Queen D2, which is like the 4th most common move. But that's what I usually play. And I decided to play Rook C1 this game, which is the most common move. And there were a lot of games in the Kasparov-Karpov matches from the 80s and 90s where, you know, they played these lines. And most of the theory I know is from that. So, but yeah, white doesn't really get any advantage. Kasparov won one of the games, which was actually in one of my series. One of the videos I did the last 3 months, there was a Kasparov-Karpov game that I showed. And so forth. A little bit louder now. A little bit softer now. A little bit louder now. A little bit louder now. Hey, hey. Yep, Otis was good. Do you mind if we dance with your dates? Hey. Viewer Andy subscribed. Good, good. Fishbine was there, and I was there. It's never happened before. Who would have thought we were different people? The answer is fries. Okay, now, I also had this position in round 8 against James Rizzitano, who's actually older than me. And he played a lot in the 80s, and he sort of quit chess forever, and now he's back. Fishbine is another bridge convention, that's right. Yep. Okay, so he played C6. And this follows all the Karpov-Kasparov games from the World Championship match. This is the theory that I know. Hey. All right, and then Rook E1. This has all been played before. Now, in one of the Kasparov-Karpov games, Karpov made 2 mistakes in a row. He played A5, which is not good. And then his next move was Knight D7, which also isn't good. Then he improved later. That was one of the games that he lost. Might be the only game he lost in this position. I've had this position, I think, twice before. I beat Jimmy Dean. Unlike Abe Froman, he's only the Sausage King of Indiana. In Michigan Open like 15, 20 years ago. And I think I beat somebody else in this position. So he played Rook E8. That's these moves are all good. Takes, Queen D2. Queen D7's okay. Rook E1. Queen F4 here. Okay, so far, I think we both played very well. And I think if I was to play this opening again, which I will, I would get this position if possible. I don't think I've done anything wrong. Or I think everything I did was right. Now, I don't like what I did. And it was based on a very, very, very stupid hallucination. So I think the way to go for an advantage here is to play g4 and try to play h4, g5 and run this bishop off of f6 and try to play knight e5. So I think this is the way white should try to get an advantage. And you see this g4 idea in this variation a lot. And to the untrained eye, you might say, well, white has an isolated pawn and black has two bishops, so why isn't black better? Main reason black isn't better is this bishop's so good, and my isolated pawn is really good for, giving a square for my knight on e5. So knight e5 is good. This bishop is good. This knight can't really do anything of note. This bishop is just hitting on dead air. And my queen's more active than his. So by playing g4, h4, g5, I think white has a chance to get an advantage. And with optimal play, I'm sure it's a drawn position with correct play. But I'd rather have white. And I made two mistakes in a row here. I played knight e5, which the engine actually doesn't hate. The engine thinks knight e5 is fine. And my idea with knight e5 was after he takes, which is forced, and I take, I've gotten rid of his bishop, I've gotten rid of my isolated pawn, and I can continue. And I totally didn't see knight d7. I just didn't see it. After knight d7, it's just completely equal. I don't know why I missed knight d7. That's embarrassing. So in this position, if I see knight d7 after knight e5, then I could take with the queen, which is what the engine does. And I'm sure this ending is a draw, but I'll take white. Again, if you don't trade queens, I can try to play for my kingside advance with my better bishop, better queen, Papa John's. So after this, I don't have an isolated pawn. His knight is sort of stymied here. And now if he plays knight d7, I can just play f4. And, it should be a draw, but also with the queens off the board, e6 is just very strong. Maybe this should be a draw too, but white has a nice advantage here. This is good for white. But I wasn't trying to trade queens and maybe draw an ending. I wanted queens on the board because my queen's better than his. And my bishop, I have an attacking position with my pawn here, my bishop, potentially my knight could come in, and my queen's more aggressively placed than his. I just didn't see knight d7. I'm an idiot. So if I'd seen knight d7, I would have played g4 here and played for this kingside onslaught. And the other thing to do is to not play this opening anymore. But I don't want to do that. I sort of like this for white. So I like these isolated pawn positions for the isolated pawn. I like that I have this e5 square and my bishop is really good. And when you have the isolated d pawn, assuming you have a dark squared bishop, which I don't, it's not on e3 blocking my bishop. So my bishop is free, I tells you. So if I have this position again, I would play the same moves up to here. I think white's played correctly here. I would either play g4, or if I decided that wasn't good enough, knight e5 and take with the queen. And again, black did nothing wrong, so it should be a draw. But, I want to put more pressure on my opponent. So when they play the queen's gambit declined, I might have to find something that has a little more poison. Maybe I could turn on Belle Biv DeVoe, and my opponent, who's 14, would say, who the hell is that? That would have some poison. Yeah. That's right. Yeah, Linder agrees. Also, what? That's right. Linder knew what I was talking about. Yeah. Exactly this queen's game. Exactly. King h4. That's the smartest chat I've seen all day. King h4 exclam. Bam. Farty party confused. Bonarici, you're the right age to know who Belle Biv DeVoe is. How can you not know who they are? Although you're the guy who doesn't know who Irina Shayk is, so I don't know. Put my faith in the wrong people here. It's a funny text. All right, if I can do 1 hour per game like I'm doing now, then I could show all the games during the stream. NH4 does not smell. NH3 smells. NH4 doesn't have a distinctive odor. But thanks for playing the chemistry game. And chat's not too bright. I guess I already knew that. Oh, N is knight, K is king. Yeah, that would be here. Yeah, that move is legal, but barely. It's barely legal. You're giving up queen e1 check, so it's hardly legal at all. With the threat of f3. That's correct. Knight h4, f. I had a few people make me sign the f3 square, and I wrote, never sign this square. True story. You still like kh4? All right, king h4, check. Then black has the 2 bishops. What else? I did sign some f3 squares. True story. Horsey to purple square is correct. Very good. Referencing something that happened 11 years ago in St. Louis. Good reference. Yeah, Onishuk was giving a lecture, and some guy in the audience said, move the horse to the green square. Yeah, that was a good comment. True story. I was not referencing that. No, boo. Draw a knife. I'm not good at drawing. I'm good at losing. Green square is winning. Yeah, that's right, Hell Beef. Boo. And so forth. They weren't my students. My students would never trade kings. Never trade. These kids are like, should I trade kings? And I'm like, never trade. See? So my students would never trade kings. Never. I was entertained by referencing that. Exactly. You were walking by my game, and that must have been an accident. I still don't know who any of you are, even the ones that I met. Nothing. It's not your fault. There's just nothing about you that I would remember. It's not because of you. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I played this. Now I'm sort of lucky that I'm not losing a pawn, but the good player is always lucky. Queen g3 is an interesting move I didn't see. Queen g3 with the idea of f4. It says queen g3, king f8, f4, knight c5 equal. I probably would have played queen g3 if I had seen it, but since I didn't see it, I didn't play it. The idea is it threatens the bishop, and if knight takes pawn defending the bishop, then f4 attacks the knight, which is defending the bishop. Not easy to say all that. Anyway, I went to my doctor today, because I go to the doctor a lot, and usually I just get yelled at. But here, my blood pressure was 117/71. And then I said, gotcha, bitch, because it was good blood pressure. And all my other numbers were good. And she said I lost 11 pounds. So we looked all over the office for them because I had just taken a trip to England. I needed that money. And we couldn't find it. So she gave me 2 stone in return. So that worked out pretty well for me. I made a nice profit from that. Anyway, the ghost of Barbara Billingsley showed up at my doctor and told me to just hang loose, blood. And I was like, all right. That was like 4 jokes. Yeah. All right, so I'm not losing a pawn because I can play e6, and he played knight f8. Obviously, he could take, which is fine. And then I was going to play queen e3, threatening these two pawns. But I thought he would just move his a pawn, like a6, b6, and just lose this, and it's equal. The engine agrees. The engine says every move is equal. Knight f6, a5. But he played knight f8, which I couldn't refute that. What's the movie where he says, I take it you're not going to refute that? Ocean's 11, where he accuses the blackjack dealer who he's working with that he has some other name. And he says, I take it you're not going to refute that. Matt Damon said that to Bernie what? Bernie Mac? R.I.P. Is Bernie Mac dead? Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, I think so. Can we get Bernie Mac back, like not dead, and Cedric the Entertainer's dead? I think that'd be a good trade. What do you think? Wouldn't that be better? Yeah, the one with Carl Reiner, R.I.P. Can we do that? Yeah, but we'll, come on. My joke's funnier. Yeah, Bernie Mac died a long time ago. Yeah. He died pretty young, Bernie Mac. No, I don't want Robin Williams back. But Bernie Mac I want back, and we'll give him Cedric the Entertainer. I mean, obviously, in a world where you could do what you want, you would just... You would do anything you could to get, what's his name dead and everybody else back. Who's the guy I'm thinking of? Who's the guy who's on every TV show and he's not funny? He's on every TV show. There's never been a TV show he's not on. Never. Who's the guy I'm thinking of? I want to see who gets it first. I can name one of the shows, you'll know who it is. There's one that he's more known for. He has his own show, too. It's named after him. But he's on like 10 different shows. Steve Harvey. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, I want Patrice O'Neal back too. Yeah. Yeah. Man, Steve Harvey, imagine if we could get rid of him. That'd be great. Man. Yeah. Yeah, we get Bernie Mac back, and we can give him Steve Harvey and Cedric the Entertainer. Yeah, that would be good. That's a good trade. Yeah. All right, who's less talented than Steve Harvey? Discuss. Nobody, that's who. Ron Dangerfield back. He's been dead for 80 years. What? If we're going to get comedians back that, died of old age, we should get back Don Rickles. Yeah, Bob Saget, better if he was ever alive. Oh, George Carlin was dead before I was born, but not really. George Carl. That's with a K, though, George Carl. Yeah, Don Rickles was the funniest. And he was totally out of character in Casino. I don't even understand that casting, except they were like, that, son. Like, all the guys like Don Rickles. But, I mean... What? Oh, man, get John Belushi back and give him Jim? Now you're talking. Now you're making sense. Yeah. Yeah, that's too bad that they give him such a stupid role in Casino. Oh, yeah, Bill Hicks is dead, too. No, Casino's a great movie. The best person in Casino, by quite a bit, in that role, was Sharon Stone. And possibly second was her pimp. Possibly. Who's that guy that I hate? He is the worst politics of any person who ever lived. He was good in that movie. Yeah, what's his name? James Woods, yeah. James Woods was good, and better was Sharon Stone. Even better. Don Rickles totally miscast. Yeah. Yeah, James Woods has the worst takes of everything of everybody. Good actor, yeah. Ooh, piece of candy. That's right. James Woods High School. Okay, so he played knight f8 instead of taking my pawn, which is fine. Wow, this is funny. Queen takes pawn is equal. Now that's funny. There's a move I never would have thought of. Yugoslavia. My Joe Pesci imitation. Did somebody ban Shadow Sprite yet? No, Mike the Mouth is worse than James Woods, but it's close. It's close. I think James Woods was also in Risky Business. He was not. You're confusing James Woods with Joey Pants. But thanks for playing. Joe Pantoliano. It's good I know every character and actor in every movie ever made, so I can refute this off the cuff. Good old Joey Pants. Sometimes you have to say, what the heck? Yeah, Queen F7 is the same as taking on F7 and trading everything. It's just funny. Is Joey Pants like Levy? In what sense? That neither one's ever going to be a GM? Oh, snap. Not Joe Mantegna. No, not him. Joe Pantoliano. Joey Pants. He was in Sopranos. He didn't fare well. Most people in Sopranos didn't fare well. I know all Aussies. Neighbors. Everybody needs good neighbors. With a little understanding, you can find a perfect friend. I forgot the lyrics, so I'm making them up. That's when good neighbors become good friends. That's from 35 years ago, so it could be I made up all those lyrics. All I remember is Kylie Minogue and lots of other people who were probably better singers than actors. That's everything about Australia, right? Neighbors. There's nothing else. That's all I got to know. You're 34? No, boo. Tony Soprano, definitely not alive. If you think he's alive, you didn't watch the whole season showing how everybody dies the same way when they don't see it coming. That was the whole season explaining to you what was going to happen. Terrible. All right. So in this game, he took, and I tried to, keep the position not equal, but it was really equal. I tried and I failed miserably. And then offered a draw. There's nothing to do here. Go Purple Birds. Gotta know Ayers Rock. Don't know it. No, boo. Yeah, he had a good tournament in Nantes. He drew an IM in the first round. He drew Hungaski on board 6 in the last round. He won and drew against a lot of people. Got the same score I did, I think. Unless he got more than me. I think he got the same score. Hungaski was lucky to draw the last round. So he won more money than I did. No. Anyway, that was my first game. Now, that was round 2, as discussed earlier. Right, round 1 I didn't play. I got a half-point bye. This is round 2, which for me is game 1. Now, my next tournament is going to be the adults-only tournament in Charlotte that starts in, let's see, what day is today? Tuesday? Starts in 10 or 11 days. I think 10. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. And then before that, I'm having a surgical procedure where they put me to sleep. So if I don't wake up, then I won't be alive and I won't play. But if I am alive, then Karen and I will be there. Actually, it's 2 surgical procedures. They put me to sleep once for 2 procedures. That's good. 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 Is it rated R? Maybe. It's 21 plus. 20-year-olds can't play. There's actually a birth date. If your birth date is, there's a cutoff. It's like when you're drinking. So if you can legally drink alcohol all over the U.S., you can play in the tournament. Yeah. Do I like Dean Martin? Not really. I like Dean Martin from Back to School. Karen must play topless. Which Karen? I see Karen play topless all the time. Why would I care? Karen should be home by now. I wonder if she is, but she's like making herself all pretty. Oh, she sent me a picture. Aw. Neighbors. The ghost of Dean Martin was in a Family Guy episode where they go to Italy. Just so you know. All right, good chat, good chat. Somebody give Purple Birds a sub. Do as I say. Also, it's time for the second train. It's always time for the second train. Tax season's over. He's a tall drink of water. I'm a free man. That's right. NJ Crispy gifted a sub to Purple Birds. Grunge War, 200 centidues. Let's go train. Thank you. By the way, NJ Crispy, everybody on the stream who I recognize their name, which is not a lot of people, okay? But I recognize NJ Crispy. I have I feel like you must look like something. Man, you didn't look like what I thought you'd look like. I thought you'd be an adult. I mean, when I met you, I thought you were like, 17. You're probably like 30, but I'm just saying you didn't have you didn't carry yourself like an adult. You carried yourself like, you're somebody who's lost in the woods. Thanks, pick one. 25, yeah. NJ Crispy sounded like somebody in their late 30s. I thought you'd be bigger in your late 30s because your name's NJ Crispy. That's the vision that I got. And instead, you were like 25, but you look like you're a teenager. You know what I mean? Yeah. When I was 17, I had some very good beer. I purchased with a fake ID. My name was Brian McGee. I stayed up listening to Queen when I was 17. In reference to your, Tim Mellis there, of course. Lost in the Wool. Debugger 2B? I always thought you were like 30 and, and you were like a sad French guy. Yeah. Overweight and hairy? You're hirsute. The more money you give me, the better the train does. Do me. Non-advanced subscribed. Hooray. When I was 17. I like when Ned Flanders sings Que Sera Sera when the meteors, or the comet, Bart's comet's going to kill everybody. And he sings Que Sera Sera, and he says, when I was a little girl. I don't know why I like that so much. Que sera, sera, whatever will be, will be. The future's not ours to see. Que sera, sera. Run! So over the next few weeks, there's going to be a few streams where I'm not necessarily doing chess, and they're just going to be special streams for advertisers who want me to do stuff. And then they pay me, and then I do the stuff. And we'll give you some notice when that happens. It's like play our video game, do this, whatever, spin in a circle, make this food, I don't know, etc. That'll happen in the next few weeks. It might even happen next week. Going to happen soon. You got to do what you're good at, and I'm good at doing nothing. You guys are good at whistling in the dark. Oh, Martin sings The Summer Wind. That was good too. Will you play Arena Kings tomorrow? Unfortunately. Yeah, I stream 11 to 3 Eastern on Wednesday, and that's during Arena Kings, so I guess I have to play. Terrible. 1300s crush 800s? Isn't it just random legal moves and somebody wins? What? 1300s never crushed anybody. All right, let's go to game 2. Oh, wait, we have the hype train. Hype train, hype train, hype train. More ads, more ads. Come on, hype train, you're dying over here. Who's going to give 50 subs and save the stream? Who will save your stream? I think Karen's going to save the stream. I don't think the dogs are making that noise upstairs. I think that's Karen and Archer. Yeah, dogs don't walk like that. Hey, Karen, if you're watching, can you bring me a Perrier? Probably she's walking around. You tell him, Purple Birds. Somebody give Damien a sub. He needs to be in some movie again. It's Matthias Penteado 90. Mispronouncing both of his names. Pravash blah blah. Wait a minute. Very suspicious. No, he only has LaCroix. No. And the hype train's dying. No. It's a good thing I don't know which Karen he's talking about. LaCroix for 4 people. Thanks, Renguy87, for the 5 subs. Yay. And so forth. Vinegar and Honey Real Estate. Good name. Bad understanding of sparkling water, but good name. He's vinegar and I'm honey. Look, are you man enough to buy this house? Are you going to show your wife what a man, or am I going to have to show her? Hey, we sold our, I like when they run out screaming and he says, we sold our first house. He's like, great, we got to sell some more. And so forth. All right, we're at level 4. We've never been so high. It's good that we're high because tomorrow's 420. True story. Unless you're in Europe, then it's 420 now. Now Vic, exactly. And so forth. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm supposed to look at chess game. Oh, no, not during the hype train. Go, hype train. We need to get to level 5. It's never happened. Never in all my years. You're getting sleepier and sleepier. This is good chess analysis. Man, if I could play king takes queen check, then I would be winning. I'm surprised I didn't play on. It's completely equal. I should just try to win a drawn ending. I wasn't feeling it this tournament. I wasn't confident at all. In none of my games was I confident. Like, oh, I'm higher rated and, you know, I'm old. I felt like I'm going to lose. I suck. Man, losing confidence is easy. Linder18 gifted a sub. Hooray. Dobrigab gave 150 cents to dues. Papa John's. We're in the middle of level 4. I'm a math teacher. All my students were saying today it's 420 tomorrow. I told them all the answers tomorrow will be 69. Good, good. Yay, Red Rum, 100 cents to dues. Getting closer to level 5. Did you get fired as a math teacher yet for such comments? Let's see. I'll have to allow that comment. Probably shouldn't. That's right. Purple Birds is correct. You don't see me with any Perrier now, do you? Terrible. Not till tomorrow. Square pizza. Also, some other guy. I hear somebody walking. Literally anything is better than LaCroix. Correct. Yeah. Lido's Pizza. That's not how you spell Lido. Not from the song, anyway. Go, Boss Skaggs. What sort of books do I read? I don't read books. Don't you worry about Planet Express. Let me worry about blank. Exactly. That's a great episode. That's top 10 episode there. The 80s guy. Did I see any new movies? I don't know, maybe. Come on, the hype train's dying. I can't think about movies with the hype train dying. What movies did we see? We saw... What did we see? No, that was Severance. That's not a movie. We saw some movies in the last few months. We need 2 subs to get to level 5. Will it happen? Whiskey with Boski and cookies with Milka. That's one of my favorite lines. Yeah. Yeah, Emo's Pizza is the worst. You can't have worse pizza. Slow3635 subscribed. Hooray. No, we need one more. There it is. Linder saving the train. Thanks for the 2 subs. Mepex also saving the train. Everybody saved the train. You get a train. You get a train. You get a train. Level 6. Level 6 reminds me of, is it 6th base or 7th base in the Urban Dictionary? I don't know if it's 6th base or 7th base, but one of them's pretty funny. Sapu Bob, 500 centidues. Here, I'll have to deny that. Yay. Thorntrail gifted a sub. Hooray, we're getting to level 6. It's never been done. Trying to learn gifted 5 subs. Putting us at level 6, maybe. Yay, you got to give 100% or more than 100%. We can't look at another game because we're too busy with the train. Level 5 complete. Still level 5, though. There should be like if somebody gives 1,000 subs, that it goes to level 6. There should be some trick like that. Like, you know, when you beat Donkey Kong, there should be some way like to trick it. Debugger 2B, 10 subs. God damn. 6 more games. Let's see, I did 1 game and I played 8 games. Thanks, Debugger 2B. 318%. That's the French for you. Probably thinking of 7th base. Right. It's been many years, Farty Party. Many years. Many. Since I've looked that up. I haven't been to Urban Dictionary in a long time. I'm too old. Not allowed in. You have to say that you're under a certain age. Xenoid, 400 centidues. Trying to learn how to enough of Karen must play topless. Banned him. And his children's children. That would be funny if that was one of Karen's fake accounts. Oh, snap. Is there a rural dictionary? Probably. Probably. 2,600 viewers. My favorite number. 332%. It's our best train ever. Even better than the ones that did better than this one. Somehow. Hey, can you bring me a Perrier? Yeah. Thank you. And where's my Starbucks? That's you? Wait, how did you get the period? What?
I could hear you, and I wasn't watching the stream.
Yeah, that sounds like me. Look how many percent we
I
have.
can hear you upstairs.
Yeah, but look at the percent.
Oh, that's good.
And level 5.
What happened?
People give subs and stuff.
Yay.
So I've been streaming an hour and 30 minutes, and I've shown one game. Yeah.
Hey, Linder, how's it going?
Thanks, Sapu
Hey,
Bob, for the
Grunge
5 subs.
I'm stuck in the groove.
How was the thing?
It was fun.
Did you guys win lots of $5?
No, the categories were hard. The second one, was that the hard one?
This guy says, did the whole family agree 4-player chess was the worst time ever? No, Karen liked it.
I actually enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Surprisingly. I think Spencer enjoyed it the most. He proclaimed right away that he was the best and bragged about his game expertise.
Game theory.
12-hour stream.
Oh, my doctor said I can do a 24-hour stream now because I'm healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not sure if she's talking about chess or not, but still. Whenever I make a joke, with my doctor is an Indian woman. Whenever I make a joke, that's like obviously a joke. Like you couldn't make it more obvious. She's like, oh no, she's like very serious.
Yeah.
So I said like, yeah, I'm losing weight, and I guess I have to start eating more because it's. And she said, no, you want to lose weight. And then I said, my blood pressure is getting low. Probably I have to start like taking medication to make it higher. And she said, no, you want your blood pressure, but like real serious about it. And I'm like, are you serious? I made some other joke too, and she was like, oh no, you don't want to, that's not good. So there you go. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought I would hate it the most too.
What's the thing that's not a colonoscopy, but it is the other way? So like colonoscopy somewhere, and then there's another thing that's here. That's
Endoscope?
Yeah. I'm having both at the same time. So if I die, let me ask you a question. Let's say I die during the procedure.
Okay.
Probably less than 1/10 of 1%. Probably even less than that. But anyway, let's say that I did. Would you still go to the adult-only tournament?
No.
Damn. What about Chicago and World Open and National Open?
I don't know. I'd have to, see how I'm feeling.
The guy says, not kidding. The esophagastro. Yeah, it does have a long name. Yeah. There's always a chance to die when you're old and go under anesthesia. Even if you're young going under anesthesia, there's a chance you'll die.
True.
That's right. I just want to know if she's going to the tournament if I die. And she said no, but I don't know. Because here's why I think she might go to the one in Charlotte. You know why? Yeah, because Naroditsky will be there. So, actually, he's not listed on the pre-reg list. I don't know if he's probably not playing.
I don't think he's playing. Well, you already told everybody how bad I played at the tournament.
No. They said you beat a 1,500. I didn't even tell them.
It was terrible. The tournament was terrible. I only lost 2 rating points, though. So I guess I played as expected, which was what was terrible about it, because I thought I was going to do better. So it was no good.
Solution, do the procedure without anesthesia.
I did play up 2 sections, Mepex, but I've been doing so many tactics. But I guess really I'm probably doing like the normal amount that people normally do when they're trying to get better.
Now, my friend,
it felt like a lot, though.
My friend is a doctor.
Yeah.
FIDE master. And he told me many, many, many years ago, this reminds me of do the surgery without going under.
Yeah.
He said when he gets dental work, he never, ever gets Novocaine. He just has it done. Never.
Wow.
And he says, I don't like the Nova. I don't want that.
That's crazy.
And I'm like,
What's
what?
going
He says,
on?
yeah, they can. I'd rather have the pain than have the Novocaine. And he's a doctor. And I was like, what?
Yeah, so he's a masochist. I agree.
I'm like,
hey,
what the
NJ
hell?
Crispy.
Yeah.
Hey, did I see you, NJ Crispy? Because I wanted to meet you. Ben said you were there. And then I don't guess we spoke, but I'm wondering if I saw you.
On Family Guy, he goes to the pharmacist and he says, "These suppositories taste terrible." He says, "Do you have some other flavor?" And the guy says, "Well, you don't eat them." And he says, "Wait, you want me to stick them on my butt?" He starts laughing. The way he said it was really funny.
We made eye contact from across the room. Well, darn. I mean, next time, don't be shy.
He said he's 25. Yeah, a little old for Karen. She likes him more Naroditsky's age. Although I think he's more than 25. But I don't know. Yeah, how old's Naroditsky? Somebody look it up.
Are you talking about? Hey, so what do you look like? Because I wondered. I think I remember this one guy I made eye contact with twice. Had kind of thin guy, blonde, but it was like highlights. A lot of highlights, though.
You see this guy whose grandpa wanted to go light on anesthetic for open heart surgery, wanted to know what they were doing. And he's a doctor. Go light on the anesthetic. I would want to be unconscious forever. Like wake up in a year, like, yeah, we did that procedure a year ago. Great.
Okay, I don't think that was you then, NJ Crispy. There was another one of Ben's fans stalking me. When I'm stalking, I'm joking. And walking by and smiling.
Stalking.
But I don't think that was NJ Crispy.
I look 6'2" and blonde. What, if you're drunk? Yeah, he's thin, I think. Naroditsky's 26. That's too old for Karen. Now she hopes I live through the procedure.
I mean, come on. Obviously, not interested in dating someone that could be my son.
Notice
and
how
I'm married.
You're from the South, so you could be your grandson.
Right.
Hey, I want to point out the guy gave 50 subs.
Yay, what?
Yeah, I just want to point out.
Dank
Mangrove gave 50
Thank
subs.
you, Dank.
God damn.
Yay. Yeah, that's a lot.
See, I'm not looking at any games, so they're donating. They're like, man, this is a great stream. He's not doing anything. Yay. Thanks for the 50 subs. You're the best.
That's great. That's awesome. Dank Mangrove.
Now,
Or
when
Mangrove.
I had what did I have? Gallbladder issues and gallstones. I got cholangitis and it was backed up, so I was going to die. And they had to do a procedure where they put a thing down my throat to get at it. And they want you to be awake because you have to help them a little. You got to move your, So they when they're done, they give you Versed. Okay. Now, whoever made Versed, they should get some kind of prize.
Roll Tide.
Versed, then you don't remember what happened.
Roll.
Yeah. Because they said I was awake while they were doing it. I got nothing. I also forgot all my chess knowledge. It was terrible. Ain't no punchline. That's what happened.
I mean, it was too long, so I zoned out.
Yeah. Yeah, in fact, when Karen had to have a really complicated medical procedure, which required putting her out, she said, "Don't put me out. Just tell me about the procedure." And then she fell asleep when they did it. So it was they're like, "Okay, here's what we're going to do, ma'am." And then she's like, "Oh, just do it already." I'd never heard of Versed before or after that, but whatever it was good. Have you heard of that?
Yeah,
Damn.
I've heard of it.
Now, what's tomorrow?
What do you mean?
What's tomorrow?
Wednesday?
No.
I don't know.
Tomorrow's a special day.
It is?
Terrible.
Oh, you tell me then.
Really, you don't know? Yeah,
No.
420.
Oh, I didn't know.
Which evil person has their birthday on 420?
Hitler.
Yeah, see, that you knew.
That I knew. I didn't know that tomorrow was 420.
Now you do.
I'll have to celebrate.
That was a whole episode of Hill Street Blues. There was a comedian, and his name was Hitler, Vic Hitler, and they're like, that was his name, and they're like, you have to change your name, and he's like, why? Like, he didn't become Vic Hitler as a joke. That was his name. So they're like, well, you have to change your name because you're a comedian. You can't say like, hi, I'm Vic Hitler. And he's like, well, what's the problem? So over the weekend, my friend got engaged on my parents' and my friend's parents' anniversary. I've never been so bored. What? Even no, the people involved in that sentence don't care. God damn. You see what I'm saying? Not only do I not care, the people he's talking about don't care. They're like, why'd you type that about us? Man. You all right over there? Jamaican me crazy, blundered Hope. Yay, the 50 subs, the subs that never stop giving. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yay, Dank Mangrove. Give everybody sub. So some guy got banned by and he was on forever, but finally trying to learn bandom just for his handle.
Well, what was it?
Karen must or should or will something play topless.
That might different Karen, I'm sure.
There you go. He just got banned for his name.
Aw.
But trying to learn bandom.
I'm sure it wasn't me. You're not talking about me. You're talking about somebody else.
Right. Something. Yeah. They said you were laughing a lot because you celebrated 420 early.
No, I didn't, but, I will be celebrating. Mm-hmm. I have to figure out how. I didn't even know.
Terrible. If you're from Michigan, you'd know. Everybody in Arbor smokes weed outside on 420.
Really?
It's all over campus. Yep.
Wow.
Yep. It's a well-known thing.
It's a smoke-in.
Yeah, you could go to the internet and look that up. It's like a Wikipedia article about it.
Is it only in Michigan or is it
It's
everywhere?
in Ann Arbor. It's the University of Michigan.
Really?
Yeah, everybody on campus and the police are like, all right.
They don't do it at any other campuses?
I don't know, but it's, the hash bash. That's right. That's what it's called.
Oh, the hash bash.
Yep, that's in Ann Arbor, Michigan.
Oh, there's a Botesmas. I have seen that Botesmas play. I have seen that one. We banned them because what's his name?
RX?
No, one of Hikaru's
Dr. Detroit?
mods.
Yeah.
Dr. Kremlin. I think it's Dr. Kremlin. Mm-hmm. Pretty sure. Anyway, he pointed it out, so I just hadn't seen him in a while, so I forgot his name. I don't care so much about all that stuff.
No, Bonarici's mad about Hash Bash.
Hash Bash has been taken over by the corporations. Nobody goes there anymore. It's just billboards of legal weed. And I forgot it's legal in Michigan.
As soon as it was legal, nobody smoked anymore. Terrible.
Mm-hmm. 420 Bone Cloud Strain. That would be a good idea.
Thanks, Ruffy Lemon the Pineapple.
For Archer. For Ben to play some Bone Cloud.
By the way, the Chuck Schumer, who's a very important senator, he's the what's the head of the Senate called? Whatever he's called, that's what he is.
Majority leader.
Thank you. He's the majority leader of the Senate. He's like, we have to stop criminalizing weed, and we're going to pass legislation that makes weed legal and federal everywhere. And he's serious. He's tweeting about it all the time. He says Americans think weed should be legal. And we're gonna get this done. So, yeah.
Right, and what's his name?
Chuck Schumer.
Oh, Chuck Schumer. Yeah, but he's Democrat.
Right. He said he said they're gonna get rid of make it illegal. Yeah. Amy's uncle. Klaus.
I knew it was kind of getting some movement. I check in with.
See, here's the problem now.
Yeah.
With weed, because I'm the expert.
Yeah.
If it's legal in your state, it's still illegal because the federal government can still arrest you. The state won't arrest you, but the feds can arrest you. Mm-hmm. But Chuck Schumer wants to make it where the feds can't arrest you either. Like it's legal.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's been tweeting about it a lot. You can't just keep tweeting about it, then do nothing. You tweet about it once, then do nothing. He's tweeting about it like every day. So they're going to do something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well,
what cartoon is he referencing? Everything's better with a bag of weed.
I don't know.
You've seen it too. You do know he's referencing.
Than...
It's a song. Everything's better with a bag of weed. And you liked the when they did it. You were like, oh, that's funny. Family Guy. They were singing about a bag of weed, and they had like 1, 2, 3, 4, and they were like everything looked like
that.
yeah. You liked
that. That was good. I forgot. Mm-hmm. I didn't watch the whole episode, but that was funny.
Bonarici says the worst thing that happened to weed was legalizing it.
Well,
now it's annoying.
I will just say that the Vegas weed that I might have, partaken of, and
You heard?
edibles. Well, I heard from my friend told me
Yeah.
that's not as good as what they have in Georgia. That's illegal. Not anywhere close. Anywhere close.
But it's more expensive.
Yes, but it was pretty lame. So I don't know what's going on.
Hey,
there.
the
That
guy's
was-
giving the lyrics.
that
You
was
don't
the
need
legal
meth.
weed.
You don't need speed. All you need is a bag of weed. There's an episode where Brian meets his son, and his son's human, and his son's older than him. And they're like, "How can your son be older?" And he says, "Well, I'm a dog, so in dog years, I'm this." And they said, "That doesn't make any sense." He says, "Go take it up on the internet." Okay, but anyway, so he and his son don't get along at all, and then he's basically kicking him out of the house at some point, and they like bump into each other like mad, and a bag of weed falls on the ground, and he says, "My weed." They both say at the same time, they look at each other, "Your weed," and then at the same time, and then you see him smoking weed later. Like then later. Speaking of smoking weed, it's Jude.
Jude,
hey
Jude. We met Jude at Foxwoods.
Jude, let me explain something, Jude. I was watching your last round game, and you had Rook and 2 against Rook, and you were gonna win, and then you won like, I don't know, 8 or 9 moves later. But I was walking around. So I saw near the end of your game.
Yay, Jude.
Go, Jude.
And hey, Jude. He got here just in time for the marijuana discussion. Yay, Wes.
Go West for the sub. Somebody donated 50 subs like 10 minutes ago, and it's still making noise. Hope that gives you guys some ideas. Oh, I did a thing. NordVPN.
Oh, yeah, because I think we.
And also, I
need to
did.
send those
I
in.
haven't streamed in a week.
I think
So,
there was one that I didn't submit yet.
maybe.
Pretty sure.
You sacrificed tonight that game. Good.
Weed is definitely not good for chess.
She has a friend who does not agree with that, but he's wrong.
He's wrong. He's a life. Well, I gotta say it now. He's a life master, and he claims that he can smoke.
I think it could be good for your chess if you have the personality of somebody who would make it good for their chess. That's probably really rare.
Very rare. Yeah, like somebody
Probably
might
rare.
Need to be
Bent
sedated.
Larson claimed
Yeah.
in '88. I was there. I saw him say it in a panel. He said, "If you take, whatever downers are called, make you down."
Quaaludes.
No. He didn't name a drug. He just said, if you take drugs that like calm you down, that's better for your chess. And I was thinking, maybe for him,
Yeah, maybe
because maybe he's like a
some
wild, like he
hyperactivity.
is sort of a wild guy, Larson.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not alive. But I'm thinking for some people, no.
All right, so now we got somebody chiming in here. Presto saying it can be. Well, I can see it could be for some
depressants.
people.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
But
Yeah.
I would say in general it's too sedating.
Hey Siri, how are the Hawks doing?
The Hawks are trailing the Heat
Ugh.
102-98.
So we're gonna do a book club. So I hope you guys are interested in it. It won't be the whole stream, but I think twice a week we're gonna go through a book on stream, maybe for like an hour each time that we do it. So 2 hours a week. We're gonna do that book by, I don't know his name, Villa.
De la Villa?
Jesus de la Villa.
Yeah.
Every, what's it called? Every end game you must know or something. I forgot the exact name of it, but it's end games.
Hey, Will B341, put on the opera game and see how he played. The opera game on chess.com's caps, Morphe played 99.2.
100 end games you must know. Thank you. That's it. Are you going through it now? I thought we could do it on the stream.
I guess not, because he's going through it now.
You don't like books? Well, too bad.
Wait, I'm agreeing with the guy. Okay, the book is on B6. That's what the book is about. It's just B6.
Yeah, it's a chess book club. Mm-hmm. We're going to go through it on the stream.
All right, let's look at my second game. The only game I lost.
We won't do the whole stream. You guys need to learn too. You can't just be like me and just keep staying
All right, so I played Tyrell Harriet. It's like Mariappa with an H. And he played this way. So he's going to play the stone wall. Speaking of 420.
Oh, it's on Chessable? I didn't even know that. Cool.
All right, so far not very interesting. Okay, so he played bishop c2. So this indicates to me he wants to play d5. If he plays d5 here, I can take it. Probably what he should do is trade on c5 and then play e4. That probably makes the most sense. Okay, now in my database, which I looked at after the game, not during the game like some of you, I played a move that's never been played before. And there's a lot of games of this, there's like 30. And every move is reasonable. I played bishop f5. I want to trade white square bishops, and I want to develop all my pieces. So he should take this and then play d5. And the engine says it's about equal. But he played knight bd2, which shocked me. Shocking. Because I want to trade the white squared bishops, because look at that bishop. Frankly, terrible. This guy's like 2200 USCF. Okay, rook c8. Again, he should take and play e4. Played f5. b5, probably not that good.
Which round did you say this is?
This is my second game, round 3.
Okay.
Knight e4. So he wants to put his knights here, and he wants to swing his queen over here, and so forth. He's trying to checkmate me. So I attack on the queen side. He takes. I couldn't decide which way to take. And then I asked my engine when the game ended, and the engine thought they were about the same. But I ended up taking with the bishop. And he should definitely play d5 here. But he played queen f2, which isn't very good. Yeah, now he's worse because now I have initiative on the queen side. My bishop's better than his. He doesn't really have any attack to speak of. He can't play knight g5, can't play queen h4. His bishop on c1 can't get out. I already have a threat, etc. Bishop d2. And I played queen a6, which I was really proud of. I think that's a good move. The engine wants me to get my rook here even quicker. But this was good. I want my queen to come in here, stop him from moving his pawn, get off of this bishop, etc. He played king h1. Now, probably he played king h1 because when he plays e4, then this pawn's going to be attacked a lot. And he doesn't want his king to be on this diagonal, which I understand. I played rook b8, which is correct. He played e4, and I played takes, rook b2. So this is already close to winning for black because my rook's on the 7th rank. This pawn's indefensible. I have a pin here. This pawn's under attack. And he doesn't have any attack to speak of still. He can't play queen h4. Knight g5 loses a piece. Bishop h6 loses his queen. And I'm going to keep attacking with queen here, or I can take this pawn, or I can double up on the bubble up. So I have a lot of stuff going on for me. He doesn't have much going on for him. He played queen e3, which is recommended by the engine, unpinning his bishop. Now he can play queen h6 and play for checkmate, etc. I took a pawn, also recommended by the engine. He decided to keep pieces on the board so he could attack. And I played queen a3, which I think is a good move. If he trades queens, I'm up a pawn and he has no attack. So he decided not to trade queens. Rook c2, he has to play rook c1. Now, when I looked at this with my strong engine, this engine says the same thing. It says black's winning after knight b4, a move I didn't consider. Because it looks like after knight b4, when we trade rooks, my knight is really stupid. And the engine says, no, that's good. Like if he goes here, I play rook c8. It's like hard for me to believe this is better than what I did, but the bishop just has nowhere to go. So I'm a pawn up and he's not attacking me. So knight b4 was much better than trading rooks, which I didn't look at knight b4 at all. Okay, and then I played rook c8, which is fine. He played rook a1, but I saw my queen was attacked. He attacked my queen again, and I played queen c2. I think the engine wants me to play queen b6, so I'm putting pressure on d4. And he played rook f1. Okay, now here, the strong engine was like, white has nothing, you should play aggressively, and so forth. And the engine move, I didn't consider for a second. Not for 1 second. Never. It's to play something aggressive. I was worried about him playing aggressively because I'm up a pawn. I'm winning on the queen's side. I have a passed pawn. But my king is a little suspicious. But the engine wants me to play knight e5. Discovered attacking his bishop, which I didn't look at all. And then it gives like this variation. And then I guess I take with a pawn, so my bishop's defending. And it didn't occur to me at all to play that. Okay, so I played knight d8 for several reasons. I unleash my rook, right? And my f7 pawn, which is weak, is now not weak. It's defended. So he can never play like queen somewhere and start to crush me on f7. And my knight can go to e6 later and control all the key squares. So I like knight d8. Engine doesn't like it as much, but it says I'm winning. Also, I'm threatening his bishop. So he played bishop a1. I played a5, which the engine does like. He played e5. Take, bishop back. See how my knight's defending f7? Yay. So I'm up a pawn. He has isolated pawn. Pawn's good. I got the c file. No compensation. The engine says I'm up +2, +3, +4. Okay, he played knight e4. I play queen c4. The engine just wants me to push my pawn. Threatening queen takes rook with advantage. So he defended his rook. He's not attacking f7 because I got that defended a lot. And I played queen e6, attacking his e-pawn. He defended his e-pawn. Engine doesn't like rook c4, wants me to play a4 again and get my pawn going. He defended his knight. I defended my rook and my knight. And now I'm ready to play knight e6 and activate my knight. And I did. He put it in h. He has nothing much to do. And I'm just a pawn up, and I'm improving my position slowly, attacking his knight. So he defended it, attacking his bishop. Now this move's not so good. The engine wants me to play a4 again because he's not doing anything. So I might as well be a passed pawn up. Might as well push it. But my move's winning. I thought he was going to play bishop a1. I didn't see bishop c3. I didn't see it was legal. Yeah. Okay, and this is move 39. And I made the worst move ever here. I don't think I show Karen this, what I did. I don't think you see my blunder.
I haven't seen
This is the first time Karen's seeing this. So here,
I've heard
my rook is attacked, and my pawn is attacked. That's why rook c2 wasn't very good. And I should play rook a2. And, I'm up plus 1.4, it says. So I'm winning, but not as winning as I was. But rook a2 is the obvious move. My rook's attacked, and my a-pawn's attacked. So rook a2. And I made 5 question mark move here. My worst move of the tournament, and this was the only game I lost. I've never been worse this game, and I've been winning for half the game. And here I made a blunder when my opponent has never had a threat. And finally, he's threatening my rook because I played rook c2. That was a silly move. You ready for my blunder? Mm-hmm. Okay, I played rook takes g2. I didn't see his king could take.
Really? No.
If his king takes, I play knight f4 check, winning his queen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Now, he has a move that wins here, unfortunately. If he doesn't play it, I'm +6. And I didn't see the move until after I moved. I'm like, oh, he can go there. So
I don't know.
white's to play and
Okay.
win. It's a puzzle. It's a puzzle.
Oh, you want me to try to figure it out?
Yeah.
All right. So white to play.
White's actually winning here. Yeah, rook takes g2's the worst move I've ever played ever.
Let's see. I can't figure it out.
Rook takes g2. That's how I lose blitz games. I play a tactic that doesn't work. In slow chess, I normally don't do that. I'm very careful. Like so far in the tournament, I haven't done anything where I went, oh no, I hung everything. And then I hung everything in one move. See, it would have worked against you. Darn.
I don't know. I don't see it.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
It's complicated. Plays queen f3. Now, forget about the rook being attacked by everything. That is important. You see my queen here?
Yeah.
And you see his queen here?
Uh-oh.
Now he's threatening knight f6 check, winning my queen. If I prevent knight f6 check, winning my queen, he wins my rook. He could take my rook either way now. So now I'm just losing a rook. So what I should do is save my queen. He takes my rook somehow. Doesn't matter. And then I take this, and he could trade or not. And I have 3 pawns for a rook, and I'm lost. But you know, I'm like I have 3 pawns for a rook, so I'm lost, and maybe I won't lose. Probably I'll lose, but maybe not. He only has 1 pawn left. And the engine says he's plus 2.4. I've been more than plus 2.4 this game. Now, this is losing. I'm not saying it's not losing, but I'm not saying I would have lost. Like the old me, which is the young me, I would have played this and I probably wouldn't have lost because I have losing positions a lot. What are you going to do? And here I fell apart. I tried to play a tricky move because I missed something. Another puzzle for Karen. Grandmaster Gus gifted a sub.
Yay.
Go, Gus.
Hey, Gus. How's it going?
Not sure which Gus that is anymore. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, I played this move. Now, don't cry.
Yeah.
He has one move that wins. What is it? This isn't the puzzle. This is the easy part.
Okay, so he has one move that wins. Just queen takes rook.
Nope. If he plays queen takes rook,
Oh yeah, you could.
I take this. Now his bishop's hanging.
Oh yeah, the discovered to win the queen. We'll go back.
Mm-hmm.
Position. So queen f6. Is that right?
Queen f6.
No, I'm sorry. Knight f6.
Knight f6.
To win the queen.
Right. And I saw that.
You said you said
Okay.
you saw that.
No. When I played knight g5, I saw it. And my
Right.
intention, which I played, was to go here.
Mm-hmm.
Now he has one move that wins, which I'd already seen, but you know.
Let's see.
It really wins. But his other moves don't win. So if I was playing like a random move generator, I would have won this game.
Why can't you just take? Why can't I take with the pawn?
Then I take his queen.
Oh, okay. So check queen a8.
Yeah, queen a8. Yeah.
Yeah, queen a8.
Yep.
I forgot
Then-
your
Then
attack.
takes my queen next move.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when I played knight g5 here, I didn't see queen a8 check. I just thought I was being tricky and I was going to lose anyway. But it turns out queen a8 check's the only winning move. And then I resigned because lose all my pieces.
Darn.
Yeah, so this position I'm winning. This position I'm really winning. And then I blunder my rook. And then I see my queen is losing, but I didn't see queen a8 check. If I did, I probably would have just played queen c7, taken this and been down a rook and played that position.
Mm-hmm.
Probably would have lost, but I don't know. Yeah, then I resigned because he's plus 1,000. So a series of blunders at the end of the game.
Yeah.
If only somebody would give me 50 subs.
Yeah, that was fun to get it a while ago.
Mm-hmm. Grandmaster Gus missed that. How could you, Gus?
Yeah, we played some poker with Grandmaster Gus. Gus is a good poker player.
He's not as bad as he plays.
Thank you for sending me those resources. I can't wait to get better.
The truth hurts. Yeah. No, he plays better than Gus Hansen. That's for sure. Not sure if he plays chess better than Gus Hansen.
Yeah, somebody won the bad beat
Definitely doesn't play backgammon better than Gus Hansen.
at the poker right before I got there.
Gus Hansen's a good backgammon player. Nobody knows that. At chess, he's not bad either. He's not good, but he's not bad. He's not bad at chess. He's probably between 15 and 1800 at chess. And at backgammon, he's world class, which is weird because he's only known for poker.
Hey, Bowler, how's it going?
There's two things about Gus Hansen you need to know. I've met him, and he doesn't remember meeting me. I can't prove he doesn't remember meeting me, but I'm really confident about it.
Yeah.
That meant nothing to him. Nothing's ever meant less than meeting me.
I mean, yeah.
Nothing. Nothing he's ever done in his life meant less to him. In his whole life. Yeah. Go, Jude. Yeah, Jude had a good tournament. Big money, no whammy, stop. $3.
Yeah, how did you do?
Oh, Epstein did kill himself, and Anish did get hacked. But if you donate more, I might agree with you.
But what'd they say?
He said there's two truths. Epstein didn't kill himself, and Anish didn't get hacked. And I said, well, Epstein did kill himself, and Anish did get hacked, but yeah.
I can't tell if people are serious or joking.
Everybody thinks Epstein didn't kill himself because that's cool. Obviously he killed himself, but they're like, he didn't kill himself. Yes, I'm a genius. They don't know Occam's razor. That's why they all have big beards. That's like two jokes. Yeah, Gus is a very good backgammon player. FIDE 2600 at backgammon. Yay, I'm having fun.
Yeah, people love conspiracy theories.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I like them especially when they turn out to be true.
Yeah, that's pretty rare. The moon landing was faked, and there was an inside job, 9/11, and it was an explosion because a plane crashing into it with all the gas wouldn't make that happen. And fluoride, what else? Everybody's crazy. You don't have to be crazy. You could just be not crazy. You don't have to. I know it's cool to be crazy. Or as Squeeze would say, it's cool. It's cool for cats.
Oh, yeah.
Cool for cats.
I couldn't remember the song.
Finland does not exist. Exactly. The earth is flat, and people all over the globe agree with that. Oh, snap.
Yeah.
I got recognized by somebody else who played chess who didn't know there was a chess tournament there also. That was at the blackjack table.
Yeah.
Yeah, chemtrails is one of my first wife. That's one of her things, chemtrails.
Chemtrails definitely true.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't know much about it.
Finland doesn't exist, but I live in Finland. The earth is made of cheese. You can, in fact, eat dirt. Look, I'm better than dirt. Okay, not that store-bought stuff. That's just full of nutrients. I can't compete with that. But I'm better than most kinds of dirt. You know who I'm quoting there? Mo Sizlak from Simpsons, the bartender. He's the guy who was called Ugly Ugly.
I barely know who he is.
CJ0467 gifted a sub.
You like being the big blind?
It was a joke because he kept moving into the big blind.
Oh, I remember that.
I started that joke.
I remember that now.
Mm-hmm. So I'm having fun.
You guys started that before I was
It's my
at your
second
table.
NFT. Cool to be a cat. Cool for cats. For cats. I thought I could get another color. All right. Oh, wait, one more. Okay. All right. Now that we can sell.
That is pretty.
I'll buy it if there's more green.
Yeah, that's a Squeeze song. The JFK conspiracy you're on board with.
What is the conspiracy that he was murdered or killed himself?
you think Epstein was coerced into suicide?
Yeah, but look at this. Why would you even think about that when you could look at this? That's never happened and never will happen again. True story.
Well, I mean, I think he just needed to. He didn't want to go through any.
Yeah, cameras are just
Put it
always
down.
off. Having cameras work is tough. Even our camera's usually off. It's just on when we're streaming. When I started streaming, there was no sound. There was no sound because I forgot to unmute.
Oh.
People were like, "We can't hear you," and I was like, "What about now?" And Karen's like, "I can hear you now. I'm watching the stream." Yeah, you guys.
How long before you figured it
Yeah,
out?
I didn't figure it out. I saw. Somebody
Yeah.
said we can't hear you. Cameras are out of battery. That's all cameras. Even when we have a camera, it's out of battery. That's just the standard. It's still muted. No. Oh, the people stream with on mute the whole stream. It's happened many times. Because when you don't have a lot of viewers and they don't say much, you just stream the whole stream on mute. It's happened. Not chess people usually.
Oh,
but there's a lot of streams that are just on mute the whole stream.
That's funny.
Yep. Nobody ever said anything, and they didn't. Yeah.
Sad story.
Yeah. Truth hurts. It was the best stream they ever did. It was funny. Snoop Dogg's done that.
Yeah, that would be bad.
That one viewer liked it better quiet. Exactly. I'm starting to like this thing I did.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Yeah, I don't know why it's pretty. It shouldn't be.
Yeah, the colors.
Snoop left his stream on for like 8 hours. Yeah, Snoop should do a 24-hour stream tomorrow on 420.
Yeah. I didn't know he streams. Does he really stream?
No, this is the stream. We're not waiting for a game. This is the stream. You're watching it. Just sit around talking about nonsense and laughing. Yeah, that's it. You're watching the stream. This is the best part of the stream here was this. That's it. That's what you were waiting for, was that. Yeah. Yeah, we're already making it into an NFC. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, see, that guy likes it. This is the best part of any stream, not just mine.
Does Snoop smoke weed? Does he really stream? You're just joking.
I'm not joking. I read it.
He does. Oh, okay. I didn't know he streamed. I know he's got a show with Kelly Clarkson,
He used to have a show with what's her name?
Martha Stewart.
Yeah.
That was great. That was a great pairing.
Snoop doesn't know he streams either. This stream is still. All right, let's look at the third game.
All right.
The first game I won. I'm playing Roger Zhang. Okay, now I like to play everything, even if I don't know it. So I'm like, I'll play E4. Zachy is subscribed.
Yay.
Karen's like, I gotta learn the opening, and I'm like, all right, E4. And then he played E5. And when I play on the stream, I play either D4 or Bishop C4. But I figure I'll play like a normal person. So I just played the Ruy Lopez. I'm like, eh. I've had white in this position once before. It was in like the National Open like 10 years ago. And I won a really nice positional game. And when the game ended, my opponent said, wow, you really understood the opening. And I went like, what? I never had this position before. I've had it with black. Okay, so he played here. Now I played a sideline because I figure he's a kid. He'll know all the main lines. So I took and played D3. So it's a delayed exchange where they've played knight F6 already. Very positional and boring. So I figured that's just my game. Yeah. I was standing behind Ben. Man, you're always standing behind me. I don't know about this. Still theory. All right, he played Queen Bishop G4. I attacked his bishop. Now if he plays Bishop H5, I can play G4 to win this pawn. So he's sort of forced to take this. So he had the two bishops momentarily. Then we castled opposite sides. And then he started attacking me. Rawr! H5. Yeah, the engines always want me to play A4, but I don't know why. Confused about that. Okay, so I played here, and he played G5. Rawr. Now, I'm not scared of an attack when I'm playing a tournament game, because I figure I'll just, stop it. So, I thought about Queen F5, which is the engine move, and I thought after takes F6 he was okay, but the engine likes white there. I guess I can put my knight back on E4. I don't know if I like white as much as the engine does here. I don't think I do. The engine really likes white here, but I think I barely like white. So I don't really agree with the evaluation. So I played knight E3 because, he weakened F5 a lot to play, this. So I got the F5 square. Played G4. So Karen, do I want to take and open the H file or not take and not open the H file?
That's tough. You don't want to get mated,
Right.
but
So if you're not going to open
Queen's
the H
attack.
file, right. So where could your queen move where it's safer than opening the H file?
and Queen F5.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want the queens off because he's trying to attack, but he gave away the F5 square.
Yeah.
Okay, so he played Rook G8. He's playing for attack. Now, the engine doesn't like Rook G8 and says I should trade queens, trade on G4, and then play G3, King G2, Rook G1, etc. And instead I play King H1, putting it in H. But I think the engine's right this time. And then play King G2, Rook H1. This has a lot of weak pawns here. I think that was a missed opportunity by me. Okay, so I played King H1. He played Bishop C5. And then I moved my knight. I'm threatening this. So he defended it. I think Bishop D4 is better. D4. Rook takes. Bishop C5. And this is all good what I did. The engine likes what I'm doing. Check. This is funny. He can't play king here because of this fork. And he can't play king here because of this fork. So he has to play one of these two. He can't play king here because of this fork. So he has to play one of these two silly moves. He played back here. And I attacked his bishop. This is a very strange square. And king. So now we just have an ending where I obviously have a much better pawn structure. And the engine says, almost winning. I thought this should be winning with correct play. And I made a very bad move soon. Okay, yeah, here I made a bad move. So the engine wants me to do something I didn't think of. It wants me, I thought my knight was great on D3. And the engine said, in the Consuela version says, no. Wants me to play knight E1 to D3, to F3, attacking his bishop. It likes playing on F3 better than on D3. So I wasn't thinking of this. I could just play G3 and be solid, but I wanted my king to be on F3. So I made a mistake here and I played this, totally overlooking that he has counterplay. I thought he has no counterplay. He's got double pawns, isolated pawn, and my pawn structure is good. And this is probably strategically winning, and Carlsen would be begging to have white here. Begging. Like, if Carlsen was white here, he'd win very easily. But I made this really dumb move, and then he played Rook G8 check, and I was like, oh. So I should go back to H3, which doesn't make any sense. Why am I doing this? The reason I shouldn't go here is he plays H4, and here comes Rook G3 check.
Okay.
So King G3 was just a stupid move. And I saw that after Rook G, I'm like, oh, that was dumb. But I still play King F3 anyway. All right, now I played the only move. What's the only move white can play here? Otherwise, black is better. See, he wants to go here, and then after kick to take. Terrible.
All right. Let's see. I'm not sure.
Yay, 3,000 viewers. Thanks, Mark2357, either 1 or L. Hooray.
I would think Oh no, then he.
The engine says I have 3 good moves here that don't lose.
I thought you said there was only one.
That's what I thought.
Oh.
What move would you play? Yeah, King G3 was dumb.
I would probably play Rook G1.
There's
No,
a
no,
bishop
oh, the
here.
bishop there. Rook.
But stick to your guns. You'd still do it.
Let me see. If he checks you on G3, you can get away, can't you?
If I
But
go
then
here, he
loses
takes this pawn.
Right. Well, okay, then maybe knight E1.
Knight E1 is the 3rd best move.
I don't
Then E5 is okay. Then after rook check, I can play king here attacking his bishop,
Oh,
which I
okay.
don't like. So I played G4 in case Matt Larson was watching.
I didn't even consider that at all.
Now, what's the only move that he can play? Otherwise, he resigns. He only has one move that's not resigns. This kid's like 13 years old that I'm playing, I think.
I'm not sure.
Thanks, Dr. Krieger. It's raining Benz as my ringtone now. Nice. Well, you're the only one who has it.
I mean, it seems like you need to try to queen, but I don't know how you can do that.
He's only got one move. Let's go back.
I mean, you should try.
I played here.
Right. Oh, well, I mean, I was looking at en passant.
He has to do that. There's nothing else to do.
Oh, okay.
Now he's a pawn up. Because he took a pawn. And he's threatening G2 winning.
Okay.
So what's the only move I can play? Although it says I have 2 moves. But the only move that makes any sense. Other move's silly.
Well, now it has to be maybe 91.
That's what the engine says. Yeah, I play King G2. And then I'm going to play Rook F3 and take the pawn and have the better endgame.
Oh, I like king.
It says it's equal. Okay, now here he played a move I thought was bad, but the engines all say it's the right move. I thought he should just let me take this and it's a drawn ending, which it probably is. But he played here going into the rook ending, which the engine says is drawn, but I like white here. So it's a draw because it's 5 pawns each. But okay, my majority is obviously better than his. He has doubled pawns over here. Okay, he played here, which is not the best. King and pawn ending is winning for me, so he moved his rook. Now, what I did over the next 10 moves will shock the world. I wonder how I did in the steering contest. I wanted to win this pawn. Because then I have 2 connected pass pawns.
Yeah.
And I went to all measures to do it. And the engine says my move is the best. When I say I went to all measures, I gave everything else away so I could get 2 pass pawns. Now, I'd like to play E5 check, but he plays King D5. So I played C4. Now when I play E5 check, if it was my move, and he plays here, I play rook here and try to win this pawn. But this move gives all my pawns away. But I literally and figuratively didn't care. So I didn't play rook G2. I just went here. I said, take all my pawns. And he said, no talking. And now he can't save this pawn, so I'm going to have 2 connected pass pawns. He's going to have 4 connected pass pawns, but my pawns are better. My pawns are closer to queening. I can't save my pawn, but I don't care.
You literally don't care.
No. I just want to make my own queens. So here I missed a really obvious good move. Now let's go back. He can't play King E6 here because I checkmate him. And in this position, if he plays rook takes pawn check, I just move my king up and my pawns are coming. So he played king d6, try to stop my king from moving up. I move my king up here. Right, now in this position, I missed a really good move. Yeah, I should play rook d5. Because when he stops my pawn, I want to play rook e5. But I just didn't see that. Yeah, he can resign now. The game's over now. Yeah, I should have done that. But okay, I played rook d1, also winning. Rook e3, king f6. He took this, which surprised me, but it's a good move because he wants to play c2 and gain a tempo so his king can come over. I just thought this was stupid because his pawns are so weak. But this is really slow. And he doesn't get a tempo on my rook, so his king can never come over. So I can just play e7, king here, queen, take his rook and queen this pawn because he's so slow. But this move, I can't do that because he's going to play c2 attacking my rook and then move his king over. So f5, c3, king f7, c2 here. Now his king can move over. But if he plays king here, I can play rook takes pawn, and then I can check him. So he played rook e2. Now he wants to move his king over. And unfortunately for him, it looks like we're both stymied here. But his rook is overworked. He's stopping me from queening, and he's stopping me from taking a c2 pawn. So whatever he does, I'm going to play rook c2 next move. It doesn't matter what he does. So he played c4. I took. And that was it. If he plays rook here to defend his pawn, I could take that pawn too. I probably would just check and then queen, but still funny. So I gave up all of my pawns on the queen side so I could get these two connected past center pawns. And then we went from no pass pawns to 6 pass pawns. What else? But yeah, just to show you, like, if he played a normal move like b4. So e7, king f7, queen, takes, and then he tries to queen. Now here, I can win with this, but I have a more human way of winning. What's the human move that wins here? I like that's better. It's the human touch. Grandmasters like to stop counterplay. How do I stop both of his pawns?
Let's see. How do you stop both?
I can because I'm big. You're sort of small, so you... Like if I stood right here, you know... F5 is the computer move
guess
because
if
it wins quicker.
Guess you could go just rook b1.
Rook b1. Then he can't. Then that's it. If he goes here to try to come over here, I can just play this. So he can't do anything. He can't. Nothing.
It was annoying.
Thanks, Mr. Hardbiz. Now it turns out this wins more quickly because the computer says so. And then queen h6 check. And here's the idea. You ready for the idea?
Yeah.
He has to go here because there's no other legal king move. And then I go queen h1 check. And then I can take this. There's something I'm not going to do. Okay. So he played BC. That way he can attack my rook quickly. And now it looks like he stopped me, except I can play rook takes c2. Otherwise, he did stop me. And then he resigned. And it says I'm plus a billion.
Yay.
Yeah, so that was good. I gave up all my pawns to get 2 connected past pawns.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Why not rook d3? Oh, yeah, because of b2, right.
You just lost a game? You mean an online game or in
No,
person?
anything but that. e7 instead of king f7 fails. Oh. No, e7 is the same. e7, f6. It's the same position.
I hope Archer's going to bed. I hear movement.
Oh, you mean here. You mean e7 here. That does fail. That's correct. Yeah. Yeah, then c2, and then he moves his king, I guess. Yeah, and this is a draw. Yeah, that's a big fail. Yeah, this my pawns are both protected, and I'm threatening to play either one. Yeah, Grandmaster Gus stick to poker. Yeah, E7 would be a blunder of colossal, proportions. That now I'm fighting for a draw and for a sandwich. Yeah. What was the time format? 40 and 90, game in 30 with a 30-second increment from move 1. Pretty accurate. Yeah. Karen
Yeah.
is the best.
Well, I am, except for not at chess. I only won one game.
But what a game. Sacrificing a piece.
I did
Beating
sack,
off the opponent's attack.
I did sack a bishop.
Mm-hmm.
But, try better next time.
We've looked at 3 of my games. Now, I haven't done this. Let's go back and do it.
How did Ben do? What, 5.5, right? Out of
Yeah. Let's do the cap score.
9.
See, how do you do that? Analysis. Game review. All right, let's do game reviews. Because I haven't done that, so I don't know how I played. Bad, I assume. Ooh, that looks good. Good thing it's still there. Game review. No, they're going to complain they can't see the board. I'm going to literally not care. And figuratively. All right, this is doing the review. This is doing
You had a mediocre tournament, P. Schneider?
What, you were there?
Wow, different. At the Easter holidays.
Oh, so probably another
3.5
tournament.
out of 7. Boo.
I lost like 25 rating points, and for the first time in over 30 years, I'm under 2,500 USCF. So I suck.
Do you have to set a goal and get that back up?
My goal is 2,400. Yes, I'm getting closer.
You got to get that back up.
Drive to Foxwoods.
You
What?
can join the
It's like a 30-hour drive.
you can join the chess punks on Twitter
Well, why is that funny?
because you're a grandmaster,
Yeah.
not really a chess punk. I'm a chess punk.
Didn't I do game analysis, game review? Okay, so in round 1, I know you guys can't see it, but I don't care. In round 1, I played 98.8 and he played 99.1. Neither one of us made an inaccuracy. No inaccuracies, no mistakes, no blunders, no missed wins. That's
Yeah.
pretty good. That's the
Yeah.
guy. That's the guy who did really well.
You guys
who's low
both did
rated.
great. Yeah, we went to the casino 2 or 3 times. Oh, you can't.
Adjusted accuracy after
Oh
retries.
yeah,
The same.
They can't see the H file.
So we play good. Yeah, I don't care about that.
There's nothing going on right now. So just
Thanks, Eric
imagine
the
it.
Clown. A hype train is close. A third hype train. Wow. Wow, I played 98 point. He played 99.1. Damn.
Yeah, it was
I didn't
fun.
realize how good we were.
We had fun hanging out with Gus
All right, next game.
and playing chess.
The game that I lost where I was winning the whole game and I blundered, I played 74.8 and he played 82.5. We both made one great move. He made 9 inaccuracies, 1 mistake. I made 4 inaccuracies, 2 mistakes, 2 blunders. That game wasn't as good. And then the game I just showed you that I won that end game, it's still analyzing it. It's still thinking about it. This game here. Yeah, that first kid I played, he did really well in the tournament. The guy that I lost to, who I was winning and then I blundered at the end, he didn't even gain rating points this tournament. He stayed the same. Yay, thanks, Dr. Krieger.
Yay, Dr. Krieger.
It seemed like we just had a hype train. Hooray.
Now I'm gonna tell you something that you probably already know, and I will not be here till midnight.
Mhm. You think I'm going to be here till midnight?
I don't know. That's what your schedule says.
Yeah, but that's why you got to do what you want to do.
I
Hey,
mean,
Siri,
I get up early.
Did the Hawks lose to the Heat?
Atlanta was beaten
No, they lost by 10.
in the conference quarterfinals.
Boo.
I really love playing over the board. P.
Thanks for the sub,
Schneider.
Mark.
I do think it was fun even when you
Karen
lose.
scream.
But All my opponents were very well behaved this time around. Very
They can
nice.
probably hear you. You're really talking into the mic. Good job. Yeah.
Leaning up.
They're always complaining they can't hear you.
Well, just listen to that scream. Be impressed.
All right, let's
Karen
see.
can scream.
Finding tips for me. Thank you.
And I hated the last game that I played. I was very aggressive and I had a good position, but I didn't see a defense. And then he got an attack, and then it just all unraveled.
She always needs to be closer to the mic.
Yeah,
Agreed.
I know. And then I played, my last game I played was the French.
Yeah, it's not finishing the analysis. Here it is. Okay, the game that I won, I played 89.9 and he played 79.8. I made 3 blunders. He made 2 blunders. I made 30 best moves. He made 21. I made 6 great moves.
Yay.
6. I made 6 great moves. I never make any great moves. No mistakes. Yay. It says I'm the best except for one thing. White won. So I played well the game that I drew. The game I lost, the game I won, I did not play very well. But good enough.
Yeah.
What do I play as white? I don't play e4 or knight f3, but if I did, d4 is the best move. I made a video on it. Watch my Philidor video, Zacchaeus. Go hype train. We're at 0%. That's the most we could have hoped for. 0% is pretty good.
Hey, Bishop Takes. How's
Yay,
it going?
200 cent to dues.
Yeah, some of my games are so embarrassing.
Did you guys eat at the taco place?
ever show those?
Did you have fries?
We
Did you have meat tacos forgetting you were a vegetarian?
No, we got some fries,
Yay.
and then he got a dessert.
Karen's a vegetarian now.
I
That's
did.
the announcement she wants to make.
I wasn't gonna announce it,
I know.
but I am. I became a vegetarian.
Like 6 days ago.
We'll see if I, stick to it.
Thanks, Shallow Chartreuse.
Probably will.
No
I
castling.
don't eat very much meat anyway.
Only if you spell castling better. Yeah, it's viable. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go, Karen. She's on her way to being a vegan.
No, I'm not gonna be a vegan.
What's keto? Some cult?
Yeah, going vegetarian's pretty easy if you're not already not eating. I eat a lot of tofu and I don't eat a lot of meat to begin with. So it's not real hard.
Yay.
I did, but my kids eat meat. So we don't have a meatless household or anything.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, next game. Was that my 4-move game?
I can do one more and then I'm going upstairs to get
Oh, yeah, this
snack.
is my really quick game. Yeah, I'll probably just stream till I'm off Chess TV.
Okay. Well, I'm going to leave after this game.
This game
Or
was
11,
was
whichever
9
is
moves.
first. Oh, really?
Yeah. This was against the famous poker player Eugene Yanyat. He did well in the World Series one year. He made the final table or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, so he played C4, which is explosive. This is my 4th game, so it's round 5. So this is the night game after that game that I won. Now in this position, which is a Slav, I used to only play bishop f5. Then I started only playing e6. And when I played bishop f5, like 1 time out of 10, I would play bishop g4 or knight a6. I think I only played this once, but I played knight a6 a few times. Since it's been years since I played knight a6, I figure I'll give it a try. And it was named after your favorite world champion. And he was at one of my weddings.
I forgot who was there. Smyslov?
Smyslov, that's right.
I
You
did
knew.
it.
Yeah, this is a Smyslov variation, knight a6. Now, he made a mistake. I've had this position a million times, and all my opponents play e3 or e4. He played a move I never faced before, and I didn't know what I was supposed to do against it, so I did something dumb. Yay, level 2. Thanks, Dr. Krieger. You're the best.
Yay.
He played knight e5. And I didn't know knight e5, and I didn't play the correct way against it. The correct way is crazy. When I saw the correct way, I was like, what?
Not at our wedding, P. Schneider. That's right.
No. Which grandmaster was at our wedding?
You.
Yes.
You pointed that
And
out.
which grandmaster was at my second wedding?
Somebody just rounded up. It was at the tournament or something.
Yeah, but who was it?
I forgot. Who it
Maurice
was.
Ashley.
Oh, that's
I was the only grandmaster at my third wedding. Yeah. I'm not sure why that's funny, but all right.
Spencer's favorite.
Yeah, I didn't round him up. I mean, he showed up with a thing of coins, and he showed up like a little late. He had to knock on the door and get in. Yeah, terrible. Yay,
Yeah.
you got a sub.
Yeah, I was in Chess Life. That's my third time in Chess Life, Arjawa, but which is kind of funny. But yes, I was just in there.
All right, you ready for what I'm supposed to do?
Yeah.
I'm supposed to play here. And then if he takes the pawn, then I go here. This, I mean, I know it now, but I didn't know it then. Spielman's done this more than once. And then if he wins a pawn, which he can do, he can win a pawn. Then I take this. He can't take with the king because knight f2 check. Has to take with a knight. Then knight b4, threatening this. And this is just terrible for white. So he should take with the knight if he wants to be a pawn up. And white's a pawn up here. Could take either way. But the engine likes black. And Spielman's had black here several times and he does well. I understand. White's position looks pretty stupid. So you're supposed to play knight g4 against knight e5, and that's why nobody plays knight e5 who's any good. I've never faced knight e5. I've always faced e3 and e4. So I didn't know knight e5, and I thought forever. I never considered knight g4. So I played knight b4. Now I want to take this because that's your favorite tactic. For example, takes. Bam! And black's winning.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah.
Knight c2. Yeah, we played poker and Ben played a little bit of blackjack, which I'm not a fan of.
Okay, so he played e3. That way I can't play queen takes d4. And I thought he would play knight takes c4 here, but he played bishop takes c4 after a long thought. And I traded and played e6 and offered a draw. I already had enough chess that day. I thought I was slightly worse. I didn't know knight e5. And I'd already won that long rook and pawn endgame. And I was like, draw? And the engine says white's slightly better here. My bad bishop is gone, so that's good. Mm-hmm. But okay, he has a little better center than I do. And draw agreed. Yeah, he's a FIDE master, but his FIDE rating has dropped a lot in the last 10 years. He used to be 2,300 FIDE, now he's like 2,100 FIDE. But now it went back up because he drew me. So that was my exciting game from round 5, which was my 4th game. Yeah. Yeah, 2 games a day for me, if they both go 4 or 5 hours, is too much. Even 1 game is too much, man. Now, our good friend, what's our friend's name? James Alltoucher. All his games were 5 hours. He had the last game of the round like 4 times. He had 3 wins and 5 losses. I mean, 6 losses.
And so I
no
thought,
draws.
I thought maybe he was mismanaging his time and just playing slow, but he said that's not really what it is. He just has like a lot of moves in all of his games that go to this
Yeah, his games were really long.
complicated in games. So I just misunderstood why it was taking him so long.
Yeah. Karen had a couple of long games too. As did I.
You
But not
played
this
also Steve is 5?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was good. I thought it was a good tournament.
Anyway, it looks pretty equal. Anyway, I got congratulatory emails after this game from Nakamura, Wesley So, Rajabov, and Geary. But just those 4. 3.5 out of 9.
Okay.
Solid. That's pretty good.
Well, that you must be pretty high rated then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's got to be 2230 USCF.
Do you know who that is?
No.
Oh, you could have played Ben on that.
I guessed his rating based. Maybe he did play me. I guessed his rating based on his score. 2230 USCF was. Oh, you did better than your rating then if you got 3.5 out of 9.
That's good.
He might have had some full point buys and half point buys though. He got 4 full point buys. He still only got 3.5. Man, tough tournament. Etc. All right, that's enough games for this stream. We'll show more games next stream. That way, our YouTube person can, have some stuff to do. Make some separate videos. Tomorrow, I'm streaming 11 to 3 because that's my schedule. And also tomorrow is Wednesday, so I'll be playing Arena Kings if Arena Kings exists.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure if there is Arena Kings, but if there is, I'm playing in it.
Go Arena Kings.
How's that look? Exactly. That's right. That is how it looks.
It's fine.
I didn't realize chess was so interesting. Before it was just moving the horsey.
I feel like I'm looking at fractals or something.
Yeah, all tournaments that are rated by USCF and or FIDE are available online. Also, the Foxwoods Open chess site has the cross table. It's everywhere. This is good, but you know what's better? That.
Yeah, that one's better.
Much better.
Way better.
Terrible. Oh, that's better.
Yeah, that one's better.
Yeah, tomorrow, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Exactly. Ooh, Rosen's streaming. I could almost read him.
Yay.
But I have streaming 12 more minutes.
Let me see who else is streaming.
Thanks, Mr. Loopy. Hang on, Mr. Loopy. Loopy, hang on. Dun, 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 dun. He likes your jacket.
Oh, thank you. It's real comfortable and it has big pockets, so I tend to wear it a lot. Even in the summer, I'll be wearing it. It gets cold
I
inside.
didn't play B6 this game. That was my mistake.
Flip the board. It's wrong.
This is the only game I lost. Now you have to see this for your comment. Much worse. Ah, that's better. Man, good stream. Look at these terrible. So this is my best game. I played worse than my opponent. 98.8. What am I playing? Jeffrey Zhang over here?
I'm scared to ask Mr. Floopy.
What?
Do you know how to tell if a woman is wearing a dress with pockets?
She'll tell you it has pockets. Go pockets. Did you ever get pocket rockets? I don't think you had aces.
No.
You didn't seem to show anything big when we were playing.
I had just one bad hand after another.
Terrible. If you were a better poker player, you'd have aces, kings, queens, flop a set. No, the highest scoring Benjamin at the tournament was Benjamin Gladora. He got half a point more than me. And his opponents were like 400 points better than mine. His performance rating was 400 points better. I was the second highest scoring Benjamin out of the two. And the second highest rated. Terrible. All right, so I'll play a 3-minute game.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to do some in my spare time, which there isn't any. I'm gonna try to do some poker studying so I don't play so bad there too.
Hang on.
I guess I played better poker than chess.
I'm playing
Which
3
isn't
minutes
so
to get to
much.
2850.
Hey, Twitch Penguin, how's it going? Your board is not centered. That's true. You still cut it off.
Oh, I don't have it on live chess.
Oh. Yeah, thank you for pointing that out. Absolutely not.
Brazil, yeah? Yeah.
You want to hear from Ben. How he did in the tournament?
Probably should have come and watched the stream then.
Oh, I don't know. That's what he means. Hey, Julian, how's it going? We're doing well, Twitch Penguin. I'm about to go upstairs, and I'm tired. I get up very early. Today I got up at 6:30 in the morning, and then I took
Not in the evening?
I took Archer to Starbucks and then school. Then I went to the gym. Then I came home and did some chores and cleaning, and then I had a chess lesson at 11 with Aviv Friedman. Then, I don't know what I did. I think I did some cleaning. I'm tired. But we're doing well. But who studied 5 hours a day? I have before, but I wouldn't every day. Because I'm too busy. I think it would take more than 5 hours a day. I think it would take more than 5. In my view. I think it's possible, but I think it'd be more than 5 hours. Yay, thank you,
Yeah,
Twitch
at least
Penguin.
I have no time. That's good.
Hey, you know who I haven't seen on here in a while is Twitchy. What happened to Twitchy?
Ooh.
Does anybody know who I'm talking about? I'll have to send him a whisper. I don't know where he went. Canadian guy. Ask Ben his opinion on it. He's going to say no, it can't happen. I can't, you know. Can somebody become an IM if they're 30 and they study 5 hours a day? I mean, he's going to say no.
When you ask a question like that, that means you have no chance to do anything in your life, not just in chess.
It's not for him.
You
It's
have to
for
you have to
Fran.
do stuff in
It's
life.
for
You can't
Fran.
ask, if I do this, can I do this?
It's not for him, though.
What?
It's for his friend.
He doesn't have any friends.
I mean, I think it's possible, but Ben's going to say no, it's not possible. But I think it has to be more than 5 hours. That's a little light for starting at 30. Running out of time.
Yeah, whenever you ask the question, if I'm this and this, then the answer is no.
And I don't know what their starting level is.
Yeah. That just shows that you have the wrong attitude and you
See, I
don't
tried-
have what it takes to do anything.
I tried to shield you, oh siren, but you pressed me.
Hmm. Yeah, the answer is always no. None of
That's
you can
what
do
happens
anything.
when you press me.
Man, I can't believe this guy is like blundered upon the opening for nothing. He beats me on time and on the board. Pooh. What is he, me?
You agree with Ben? It's not possible.
Nothing is possible.
I mean, it would be very unusual to start that late. Yeah, maybe 10 hours a
Can't beat this
day.
guy.
And have a bunch of coaches and yeah, maybe, probably not even.
No, even thinking about those questions makes it not possible.
Right.
It shows you're the kind of person that can't do anything.
Start thinking about how
Just
hard
ask
it is.
questions about whether things can be done.
All right, now listen, I got to go upstairs. There's only 5 more minutes. Are you quitting at 11?
Mhm.
All right, I'll wait till 11. I'll wait. I'm so tired.
Yeah, that was a dumb check. Darn. I finally had a drawn position and I messed it up. This might be losing, maybe. God, I lost to that guy. Jesus. At least I get to beat him next game. That's the worst player I've ever lost to in my life. Even when I was like a beginner, I would have beaten that guy.
Good night, Jude. See you. Take care.
Well, I thought Jude was streaming.
Well, he might have school tomorrow.
Boo.
Oh, you were streaming. You finished late. Oh, you have off this week. Do you go to brick and mortar school, or are you homeschooled? In-person school. Well, that's good. You got a few days off. Rick and Morty school.
So I was thinking when you said brick and mortar, Rick and Morty.
Oh, it does kind of sound like that. Well, enjoy. Thank you. I have had a short haircut before. I used to put my hair up more in a bun. I should do that. That's like having short hair. It's like having no hair almost. I look on, you know. But I have had a short haircut. Yes, the game hey Nifa, the game analysis did already happen. But you guys can watch it on the VOD. And they'll be put on YouTube. We'll split them up into one game, per video. Yeah, the stream's about to end, alas. I'm so tired. So, I'm hanging by a thread.
How do I lose to this guy? These guys can't play at all. I lose every game. Man.
Yeah, I might go short.
So
Yeah, I might, if my hair gets real thin, I might do a Jada Pinkett and go bald too. I would do that. Definitely. Short or bald. Yeah, he did the NordVPN ad already. I missed it too. I was at Music Bingo.
Oh, my queen's hanging. Jesus Christ. I hung my queen. God. I was about to win on time, and then I hung my queen. It's unbelievable. That's amazing. I hung my queen when I was about to win. Jesus. I mean, he was just winning the whole game, then he wouldn't win. I was going to win on time.
Darn. I'm sorry that happened. Hey, listen, I have to go upstairs.
Yeah, you
I'm
know.
tired. Are you going to keep playing?
Yeah, I'm playing.
Yeah, you got to play. I figured you were.
Nobody wants to play me.
Oh, I thought you were going to play that same guy.
No, he doesn't want to play anymore.
Aw.
I can only play if they accept. He's
True.
probably a cheater. Yeah, probably get my rating points back. Da-da, da-da-da-da. I mean, I can't play anybody. Nobody wants to play. All right, stream's over. Can't play anyone.
Aw.
Oh, what? Nobody wants to play.
All right, who's getting the raid?
Let's see. Not XQC. I guess Canty.
Yeah.
All right. See you guys tomorrow, 11 a.m.
Bye.